Trap, we are here. We are here. All right. All right. Y'all ready? All right, man. Let's jump into this content. Yo, around. Who in here with me? All right. Let's pod. Let's pod. We got Trap Laura Ross with this. We about to be here for a second, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Ah, here it is.
People, it's happened again. Another No Jumper host has been arrested, and this time it's for murder. Over recent years, No Jumper...
Now, Trap Laura Ross is going to give us a cold breakdown, and it's just going to just pretty much show, dang, he's not even talking about the good stuff. Wait. Oh, no, he does talk about that. Okay. So, for what we do know, No Jumper has been a flu, flam, a skull dug, and a larceny. That's what we do know. If you enjoy this video, you enjoy this type of video, make sure you go to Trap Laura Ross page. Make sure you give him a like, comment, subscribe for everything he has going on. Make sure you tap in with him. No Jumper, that building has been a building that's been building. We'll just say that to say the least. Let's see what Trap Laura Ross.
Jumper has developed a reputation as a pipeline that takes figures from the gangbanging world of the LA streets to being entertainers, podcasters, and rappers. But unfortunately, as we see time and time again, not everybody makes it to the promised land of podcast glory. In fact, over the past few years, an unsettling number of hosts, affiliates, and regular faces connected to No Jumper have ended up tied to serious criminal cases. This has created endless rumors online, with people making ridiculous claims that real law enforcement, the FBI, the ATF, the CIA must be heavily monitoring or even are the ones operating the No Jumper podcast studio.
Now, I ain't saying that No Jumper's a police, but what I am saying is y'all niggas go to jail a lot over there. Like an awful lot.
Many people pushing the wild theory that the owner, ADAM22, might just be a full-blown federal agent. Anyway, there's no real evidence that ties No Jumper to the feds. That's just the reality of hosting and offering opportunities to so many figures that have got ties to the real-life streets and gangs. Criminal gang.
Now, that is true. That is true. But at the same time, kind of makes you wonder, how does this situation just continue to occur over and over and over again with seemingly no retribution?
Have historically abided by the principle of omerta, a code of silence. But that was a long time before things like drill music or podcasts became a thing. Nowadays, besides drill rappers like King Von and Lil Durk, who use real-life crimes in their music as an important part of building their brands, there's a whole lineup of podcasts focused on hip-hop culture that blur the lines between entertainment and real gang politics. The likes of DJ Vlad interviewing the most infamous rappers, athletes, gangsters, mobsters, and mafiosos, and most importantly, the No Jumper podcast, which made stars of gang-affiliated large larger-than-life personalities like Crip Mac and 4Extra. One of the most infamous hosts of No Jumper in recent years is Rolling 60s member Brick Baby. His crazy stories from the streets of LA all the way to Atlanta, where he tapped in with some of the most famous rappers and trappers in America, made him one of LA's most beloved podcasters. Brick Baby had a years-long come-up as a podcaster on No Jumper, while also juggling his rap career and dropping numerous songs and music videos, some of which I made cameos in.
I can see why people could be upset with Traveler Ross, because he makes it sound so sinister. Like, even with the music behind it, it's like, God damn, it's like a scary movie with Michael Myers behind me. He makes it sound so sinister. Like, I don't know if it's an accent. I'm not sure what it is, but something about it make it seem like you niggas finna go to jail. Like, golly.
Become friendly with Brick during appearances on the No Jumper podcast myself, but according to the criminal complaint, before Brick Baby went all in on podcasting, he was still connected to street activity. The criminal complaint would paint a picture of Brick Baby still ripping and running in the streets of LA and paying percentages of robberies he was involved in directly to Big U. However, this wasn't the only suspicious street activity that would come back to haunt Brick during his podcast arc. He was also connected to the ambush on rapper Quando Rondo in August of 2022. Quando, who had $1 million bounty on his head after Chicago drill rapper King Von was shot dead in a fight with Quando's entourage, would visit Los Angeles and be ambushed by masked shooters who had flown all the way from Chicago to kill Quando on behalf of Lil Durk, allegedly. But things went wrong, and they ended up killing his cousin Lil Pab, real name Savia Robinson, by mistake. But to make matters much...
Now, this was probably a bad thing for Brick to say on camera. They say you can't say Slide for Von no more because of Lil Pab, kind of implying that a body was caught, a flu flam and skull dug, and a larceny was hit as a result of. But this is why people will say that No Jumper is a police, because it provided the platform for Brick Baby to have such a reckless slip of the tongue, for lack of better words. And it just kind of makes you wonder, is it the No Jumper curse, or is it a lack of responsibility on Brick Baby's part when it comes to what should and shouldn't be said on camera and what should and what shouldn't be discussed on camera?
Worse and more complicated, Brick Baby and Big U's names were brought up into the mix immediately. Quando's tragic situation was allegedly the culmination of a multi-year back and forth with Big U himself, as Quando Rondo also reps the Rolling 60s Crips, but is part of a set that branched off in his native city of Savannah, Georgia. This means that he's not a direct member of LA's Rolling 60s Crips, but there's a connection, and as a result, he seemed to have a relationship with Big U and always looked up to him. As mentioned, besides Big U allegedly using his charity as an extortion vehicle, he would more famously be a big proponent of the idea of checking in. Interestingly, Quando had numerous interactions with Big U in the lead up to this tragic incident that took his cousin's life. Big U has claimed on The Breakfast Club that Quando actually reached out to him for protection and suggested that despite claiming Rolling 60s, Quando had never showed him love until he began having problems with Lil Durk after King Von's death.
All this looks really bad in hindsight. Like, social media is pretty much taking down like some pretty powerful figures in hip hop, criminal underworld, and all of the above. If you're gonna be involved in this type of activity, you just gotta really stay off the internet. I think that's just what it all comes down to.
Quando Rondo, I just showed envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't f me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number. You could have called me. You could have did all that.
This elicited a response from Quando, who denied ever calling Big U for protection, instead saying that he was only asking how he could give back to his community.
Once called nobody, no on planet Earth for no protection. Because I don't fear no man. Why would I wait to get us? Anybody that I ever called, I call on some like, how can I help? How can I do this? How can I do that? I never called no person on planet Earth for protection.
Big U would address Quando and hint towards
none of this aged well.
Extortion, repeatedly saying that unless there's a donation for his organization, he's not interested.
Yeah. So I'm addressing this little thing with young nephew with Quando. First of all, I never talked to Quando. It ain't nothing but love with Quando. Nephew reaching out to do something for the kids, definitely do that. Because I never talked to him. He just asked me if somebody reached out. I just feel like I know Cuz and I've been knowing him. And I never heard from him after we had a conversation maybe a year and a half ago. No, maybe 2 years ago. And then, so when he called me, I'm only on positive vibes. I'm going to pull up on Cuz or he can pull up on me.
A month later, Big U would appear on No Jumper in an interview where he seemingly apologized to Quando and indicated that there had been a miscommunication.
Man. This is where you enter the no jumper curse right here.
These
beefs just sort of spiral out of control, whereas it might have been more isolated.
I can't understand it because somebody got to be a man at some point and say they was wrong. Like as far as Quando Rondo, I was wrong for saying it, but he was wrong for not reaching to his homeboy. And then on the same line that I reached out to you, you reached back out to me on it. You know what I'm saying? But I apologize to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed that within a month of this back and forth, dues had been paid, and Quando would appear as the first guest on Big U's ominously titled Checking In podcast. Big U would start the podcast off by welcoming Quando to LA.
Checking in with my young fella, Quando. Yeah, man. What's up, young fella? Is you in California, huh?
You dig?
You see? You know what I'm saying?
Land.
Man, I'm glad to have you, man.
Well, this doesn't look like the relationship of two people who don't care for each other. Seems pretty comfortable.
Would seemingly patch over their past feud by exchanging mutual apologies, with Big U elaborating that his nephew had vouched for Quando, who had told Big U that he did Quando wrong.
When I told him, as a man, my little homie called me, and he told me, Unc, you was wrong. But I'm going to say I was wrong, too, because you said I was wrong. You know what I mean? And as a man, like I told them, I know when I'm going to apologize because I'm supposed to be a bigger person. You know what I mean?
Big U would also specify that he had never asked for any money from Quando for checking in, explaining that their dispute was purely over a misunderstanding.
Every city I go to, I check in with somebody, bro. And that's what it's about. Because people think that...
Well, checking in doesn't have to mean extortion. It just means that, you go into somebody's city that's not your own, and, you got love for that person got love for you. You might not know the temperature of what's going on. It doesn't even have to be like as far as like the streets or anything concerned. It could just be like the temperature, just what's going on in the city. Because you come to LA, think that you smooth in Hollywood, not knowing that 4 people just got robbed out there last weekend. Things can change up, situation can change up, and that has nothing to do with gang banging or gang affiliation. That's just monitoring and being, cognizant of where you are and the temperature of where you are, and the temperament of where you are. So I don't think there's anything wrong with checking in. I think that that's, not like on the list of like, oh my gosh, you feel me? People make it seem like, oh, you a buster if you check in and all that kind of stuff. I think it's more of a safety protection issue. If you're a guest within somebody's city, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't want to like talk to said person about the goings on in their city. Should you be there? Let me know what you think in the comments.
I'm a bully and I cancel money. I get money. I ain't never asked you for not one dime. Not one dime.
Big U would also explain the process of checking in with the Rolling 60s, explaining exactly what a rapper coming to LA should expect.
Because you might check in with me. I'm going to tell you what clubs to go to and what clubs not to go to. I'm going to tell you where the bad is, and I'm going to tell you where the is. I'm going to tell you who got the good, how to get the sack. You got dudes come out all the time, buy a sack, and getting robbed. They ain't dealing with the right people.
What now seems rather ironic, Quando would immediately join in on praising the process of checking in, saying how people have completely misunderstood what it means.
Hopefully this interview opened everybody's eyes on the check-in part. Like, that's not on nothing negative.
However, a year later, Quando Rondo would visit LA again, where according to the OT...
Trap Lord Ross is painting a cold picture, ain't he?
The indictment, Chicago rapper Lil Durk and his team got word from an unnamed...
And for those of you guys who don't know, Lil Tim, who is one of Quando Rondo's homies, Rolling 60 out of Savannah, Georgia, is who knocked down King Von. King Von is Durk's homie, which will put the 1-2 step like Sierra onto Quando Rondo. You feel me? That all being said, they was in Atlanta. Situation popped off. King Von fired on King Von fired on Quando Rondo, and Quando Rondo's homie knocked King Von down in the parking lot at I think it was called the Marquee at the time, downtown Atlanta. It was a crazy night.
Source in LA, known in the indictment as co-conspirator number 4, that Quando was indeed staying in the city. They would get his location and follow him around, eventually ambushing him at a gas station where his cousin Lil Pab was killed. Now, interestingly, speculation circulated that the Rolling 60s were the ones who tipped off the Chicago hit squad to Quando's location, with a particular accusation that Brick Baby was the one responsible, due to him apparently being the Rolling 60s member with the closest ties to Lil Durk. Brick would also openly claim to not like Quando in an August 2021 No Jumper interview, calling him out for claiming Rolling 60s and trying to get Big U and the LA Crips to try and squash his beef with Lil Durk and the Black Disciples, saying that he needs to check in every time he comes to LA.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
See, none of this is going to play out well at all. Trap Lord Ross, this is why they be on you, bro. This is why they be TLR. TLR, Trap Lord Ross, this is why they be on you, bro. Cause this right here make it seem like it's more than a flu flam of foot, my boy.
Then you claiming it, you ain't providing for this. Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Quando Rondo.
You're not fucking him.
Boy, stop.
What is it?
Boy,
Explain.
stop it. Don't come to the 60s
What is it? Explain it, sick.
and want to provide now that bro them on your ass. You get what I'm saying? Like we ain't doing that
Yeah.
at all. We not doing none of that.
Well, that's gotta be weird for you because you've Dirk so much.
It ain't weird for me.
Yeah.
It ain't weird for me at all. Just say, you know what I'm saying? You're not from Rolling 60s.
Oh, really?
You're not from LA Rolling 60s. You're not from Rolling 60s.
Right.
On the hood. We didn't make that call.
But
you didn't put that on the board like you finna make this play. On the hood. We didn't make that call.
But didn't Big U and him kind of squash it at a certain point, I feel
You
like?
gotta come talk to the streets.
Big U's a little removed from a lot of it.
Nah, he is the streets. You
Right.
gotta come talk to the people who feet in the streets. You gotta come clear yourself on both angles.
Brick would be seen in the studio.
Yeah. Now that people are in jail for this, now that indictments are coming down for this, just kind of makes you wish that these kind of conversations never happened on No Jumper. But then again, would it be the No Jumper curse if it happened anywhere else? If these situations happen anywhere else, would it be the No Jumper curse? Probably not.
Was Lil Durk in the months before the shooting, and days after the murder of Lil Pab, Brick Baby would post on social media telling Quando he's a fake Crip for not checking in with him and giving them money and guns.
From out of town, and you banging a hood from California, you're an imitation gangbanger if you do not check in. If you do not make sure your hood is funded, if you don't make sure your hood got blicks, if you don't make sure your hood got sticks and the kids is eating over there, a couple put you down with the play family is straight, you're an imitation because a motherfucker don't deal with the same enemies we deal with in LA.
However, Brick Baby would then bizarrely go on to do a series of interviews.
Yeah, man, not just not the best thing. A to Z, what's the deal, man? Just breaking down this No Jumper curse, man. Trap Lord Ralston put together a pretty good piece of work. So we just breaking it down like a pound. You feel me? You know how I go. Breaking it down like a pizzon. Breaking it down, baby. Pound for baby.
Speaking on the situation directly, he would tell Cam Capone News that Quando was smart to try and squash the beef with Big U.
But it was a great move for him, like to go check in with the big dog, because that's our big dog. So you trying to get him to soften up the people that's around your age and, you know what I'm saying, still outside. He's still outside too, but you get what I'm saying, to soften it up for us.
Around a month after the shooting, Brick Baby would be seen on social media flexing bundles of cash and releasing a new song with OTF artist C3, a track called Brick Lato, a track which heard C3 rapping that people claiming 60s will see the real 60s getting at them and that someone is dropping their location so the ops can pull up. This was followed with songs like the April 2023 banger Not Enough, where Brick raps how his gang received over $1 million for their last body. Million, of course, being the exact number that Lil Durk had allegedly put on Quando's head. However, for the record, no real proof has ever surfaced definitively showing that Brick had any part in what happened to Quando, and I was quite convinced that Brick was simply making the most of this unsubstantiated rumor just to promote his rap career. But as time went on, more hints would be dropped about the 60s being involved in the incident. Particularly telling was Quando denouncing his Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crip membership in an online post where Quando says that he's no longer part of the gang and that he's laying his blue bandana down, specifically mentioning how it makes no sense for him to be part of the Rollin' 60 neighborhood Crips since they mess with his opposition, essentially inferring that someone from the LA Rollin' 60s had set him up to get shot out in LA on behalf of Lil Durk, with Quando saying that it doesn't take rocket science to see what's going on, and ending the message by saying that he's
Man, imagine your homies backdooring you and then put it on social media. Sheesh. You get backdoored by your homie and then you get put on social media. Double win.
now just going to focus on his family and loved ones. Big U's nephew, Tiny Draws, reacted to Quando's post, pointing out that this essentially happened to Quando because he failed to show respect to the Rollin' 60s in LA, pointing out that Quando refused to check in, so they didn't check out and look out for him, as well as saying that there's only one way out of the gang, seemingly alluding to Quando getting killed, and saying that if he had shown the 60s love,
Oh man, he wasn't alluding to nothing like that. We're not gonna say nothing like that. He wasn't alluding to nothing like that. There was no allusions or alludings or anything like that, man. No. That's not what it is, man. That's not what it is.
Like he shows love to people like NBA Youngboy, then maybe things might have been different, claiming that Quando was disloyal and that the streets don't play fair. After the LA assassination attempt on Quando that claimed his cousin's life, Big U appeared on social media, seemingly taking a dig at Quando by saying that if he took a loss, he wouldn't leave his gang behind, and there would be no crying from him.
Imagine all the dudes, and when the storm came, they folded their tent, they went inside, or they shut down. No, they ain't what no real dude. When it get hard for me, I get quiet, I get still, because I need to hear all the doors is open. I said I welcome the challenge. When it get hard, I welcome it. I look for it.
Later on, Big U appeared in a video seemingly celebrating a deal with FX relating to that 2021 show Hip Hop Uncovered, telling the audience that he's celebrating while smoking a cigar to the camera.
It's really just a celebration.
Now, things can be going great, man. TV show going on. We finna start working with FX. That's a beautiful thing. And it's a shame that a flu flam just had to be afoot and take the attention away from that, because we never did get that show. That show probably would have been dope, man. That probably would have been something great for the culture. But anytime these things happen and these guys start going to jail, ultimately we as the fans lose. You know what I'm saying? Of course they lose. They end up in jail and all that kind of stuff. But just looking at it from a outside looking in perspective, you know, just from a viewer perspective, man, we lose because we lose on so many great pieces of television and so many great, you know, impactful things to our culture that just never come about.
I don't drink. I got this as a gift from a production company for the success we had with Hip Hop Uncovered. Just thought I'd kick it with y'all and chop it up. I don't smoke, but I do get to celebrate. Good things do happen to good people.
Big U would continue to smoke, telling viewers that he's been finishing projects for years and having a celebratory smoke for a reason that he can't tell people about, as well as congratulating young men who have completed projects with him, leading to speculation that he was speaking with a double meaning.
I heard somebody said the problem with Big U is he don't complete nothing. I've been completing these projects for years. It's all smoke. But this here, I'm just going to throw this up on the story. It's just a little celebration and only we know what it's about. Congratulations to the successful things I have done with these young men and young women alike too. It's just a celebration. Y'all will probably ask what, but I ain't going to say it.
But it was Brick Baby that would have people really concerned.
Now, that could be anything. That could be talking about like a football program. That could be talking about school programs, because we're not going to pretend like we don't know that Big U does do a lot of street advocacy and a lot of things for his community. Say what you want about him, hate him or love him, don't care for him, whatever your business. Can't act like what he was doing for the kids wasn't real. You can't act like the football program wasn't real. So with that being said, since he has been gone, that football program for the kids has been, you know, all but lost. So, I mean, you can feel how you want to feel, say what you want to say. The positives are the positive as the negatives are the negatives.
When he would outright say in a No Jumper interview with Poetic Flacco that people can no longer tell Lil Durk that he has to slide for Von because of the murder of Quando's cousin, Lil Pab.
He did something, bro, slide for him. Oh, you oh yeah.
Slide for Von, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh, yeah, because of... Wait, no. Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FVG Cash? Or who?
Nah, because Lil Pab.
Oh!
Brick would go on to say...
See, now that right there was something that he shouldn't have said. You feel me? He should have just kept it super quiet.
That Quando has to lay in the bed that he made by not showing love to the Rolling 60s in LA.
You should have been doing the right thing from off the rip. That's what they say. The bed, you gonna lay in the bed that you make.
He would also note that Quando was done for beefing with Durk, who has $20 to $30 million to his name.
That just signed the deal for like 20-30 million, Durk, right?
Yes.
Who the f wanna beef for Cuz for you? Too much money, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, man.
Don't beef for rich people.
Don't beef with rich people, man. Unless you're gonna slide, and you don't need to say nothing out loud. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, point blank period. Don't put that baguette thing on your head.
These bold comments caused
See, yeah, all this right here could be considered just a little bit too much talking. This could be considered a little bit too much conversation. This could be a little bit extra out, man. And again, it's just taking place at the No Jumper Podcast Studio. And no, you can't blame Adam22 for what Brick Baby said because these are Brick Baby's words. But at the same time, people always will say, well, what is it about Adam22 that makes these people get so honest? It's like, do you just have like honest guys? You know, they have laughing guys. Do you have like honest guys that comes to these vents? Like, because I don't understand why people sit on these couches and then just go crazy with telling on themselves.
Caused a shock on Twitter from other apparent Rollin 60s members, and Brick Baby would later deny that his comments were self-snitching, reaffirming that he had nothing to do with the shooting and was just parroting what was already being said on the internet.
Like I said, I already knew I was out of town when it happened. The police, first of all, Traveler Ross and all these other detectives, and I'm not shout out Traveler Ross though, because he ain't doing nothing but just making this content. You know what I'm saying? If you were that in public to get caught doing a murder to where he can put it together without being a police, kind of. I put in this song with me and C3 that was going to get released a month before it happened, and it say some like it was some viral, like the video went kind of crazy. I think he said something, we had a real 60s get at you or something like that. But we recorded this damn near 6-7 months before this anyway. So, but it was somebody else.
Yeah, really bad timing. Like the absolute worst timing, I guess.
Yeah, and then Dirk was in the video. I was flashing money and all that. Name one person that's gonna give. Where is the million at?
The rumor was that there was $1 million on Quando Rondo's head, and that as a result, that there's a lyric that Brick has on another song where he says,
"We charge a quarter for a pack of 100's not enough." And I said the last turned the fact
we got $1 million plus.
Yeah, because on the internet they were saying that I took 100,000 from Dirk and I signed the OTF and I had to do a hit for it. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we charge a quarter for a pack. Like, you can't pay me 200,000 to kill nobody. Like, I'm charging $1 million plus. You know how much it costs for to get out of jail after a murder? I'm really popping it.
Ultimately, despite the bombshell indictment of Lil Durk and a handful of other.
Yeah, and again, as this situation has led to now we know people are incarcerated and a lot of flu, flammery, skullduggery, and larceny with these dudes now sitting in the federal penitentiary. Maybe we shouldn't have said this.
But alleged co-conspirators for murder for hire in October 2024, it still appears that Brick was not officially involved, and he's not been formally charged in relation to this incident. But this was a major incidence of street activity surfacing on a podcast for all to see, and the eventual criminal complaint against Big U would indeed reference what happened to Quando directly, with a wiretapped conversation observing Big U saying what happened to Quando was a direct result of not checking in. So all of this was going on behind the scenes, but at the same time, the likes of Brick Baby and Loose Cannon were jumping in podcast studios, letting small details slip. However, if there was one person who was truly a danger to Big U with a microphone in front of him, it would be Whack 100. Another infamous gang-related figure in LA politics, Big U always had a strange relationship with Whack 100, who was arguably the red bandana-rocking Pyru counterpart to Big U's blue rag-rocking Crip persona. Both OG status.
Yeah, not really, but okay. I see why you could think that. Not really true, because Wax a flu flammer, a skulldugger, and a larcener, but okay.
LA street legends with a formidable reputation in the streets and the industry, Whack 100 and Big U have had some disagreements in the past, like in 2019, when a leaked audio would have Whack implying that Eric Holder did what he was supposed to do as a gangster.
It's a harsh reality, but we stepping out of civilization into the jungle of gangbanging. Because the alleged gunman, right? When it comes to the rules of engagement of gangbanging, he did what he was supposed to do when another gangbanger calls you a or a snitch. You're supposed to handle your business. And can't nobody say that's wrong.
Given what Nipsey was reportedly accusing him of, this would cause some controversy in the media, as many would see Whack to be defending Holder's actions and excusing Nipsey's murder. Big U would then seemingly have a conversation with Whack 100 behind the scenes, after which Whack would post what appeared to be an apology on his social media. Not long after, Whack and his artist Blueface would appear on the No Jumper podcast, where Whack would provide more context to his earlier comments.
He puts it out there like I said some horrible, crazy, right?
Right.
But he's playing the subscriber follow game. You notice he's been saying, come subscribe, and I'm going to let it out. It's been like 2-3 weeks of subscribe, and he's going to let it out. So what I did was call Reggie Rice platform, and just everything I said to Reggie.
Now, when it comes to this accusations and all the disrespect that Whack had towards Nip, it's almost been like 3 or 4 years by now, and we've yet to see anything that Wack was alleging about Nipsey Hussle, saying that he had these tapes on him, he was this, he was that, trying to say that he was bad people's. We've yet to see anything that can prove this point. We just seen a bunch of lies, flu, flambery, skullduggery, and larceny from Wack, for real, for real.
Right.
So now what you gonna put out? Listen, I'm not a gang banger anymore. I haven't gang banged in like over 20 years. Meaning I haven't woke up and hated the Crip or seen a dude in blue and wanted to do something to him because I thought he was a Crip.
Really?
Right? That's gang banging, right? So I'm from where I'm from. That's gonna always be that, right? So I understand gang culture. Gang culture is different from the religious culture, which is different from, the Jewish culture. Every culture is different. And in that jungle, the rules change. Now, are the rules irrational? Damn right. Are they right? Probably not. But these are the rules of this jungle. And it's been like that 50, 60 years, right? In this situation, you have a rapper and you have a dude that's a straight, authentic gang member. His whole life are these blocks. It's all he know. And in the culture of gang banging, when you call a motherfucker a snitch,
Well, here's the thing. It's, when it's all said and done, you got to look at it in totality. Wack is actually named by Big U's lawyer as an informant in his current case. So with that being said, there's nothing that you can really say or, do in looking back at it in hindsight as it falls in relation to this type of content that won't really absolve him from actually being exactly what he's always portrayed himself to, by his street definition and street terms, despise, but actually truly is.
When you call somebody these things in this jungle, is no different than you being a football player and going on the field without your helmet on. You're gonna get hit.
However, also giving Big U props for starting Nipsey's career. He would also say that the love that Nipsey was getting after his death was fake, and that Nipsey wasn't getting praise like that or being called a legend while he was still alive, and that he objectively was not a legend during his life based on the numbers.
Right. If it wasn't for Big U, y'all wouldn't know the Nipsey Hussle of today. So what I'm saying is you got a man who died with 1 million followers and no radio hit and no platinum plaques. But because everybody started talking like it was a goddamn Popeye's chicken sandwich, everybody jumped on the back.
This is where you can start seeing like Wack 100. This is where he started disassociating with Big U. And this is where Wack started outwardly showing his hatred for the Rolling 60s.
Bandwagon. Right. And now he done went 10, 20 times platinum. The radio is spinning his song. Come on, bro. How long did they spin his song?
Right.
All day, every hour. Nipsey had like 2, 3 songs I felt should have went. Last time I checked, like it was great records. Right. Bullets ain't got no name. Great records.
Yeah.
Why in the and this rumor about him being independent, that's some bullshit. Like, look, it's idiots. If you scroll down to the iTunes, it says Atlantic Records. Right.
I'm gonna sit here.
So now
that's on one album or maybe like 2 albums, and then you have all his actual independent projects. So I'm not really sure again why Wack pushed that false narrative. I'm not really sure why he had so much animosity and so much hatred in his heart when it came to that situation. But the reality of the situation is that's just not the actual truth.
He has a machine behind him. So where was all these fans like Blueface? He got platinum plaques. Hold on, no. You know why he got platinum plaques? Because his fans followed him. They supported him. They streamed, they download, things of that nature. Nipsey's never been on a...
The crazy thing about that is there's nothing about Blueface's career that ever compares to the actual legacy and the tangibility of what Nipsey Hussle's career did. Nipsey Hussle's career is continuing to live past his life expectancy, past his actual physical presence. Should Blueface deceased right now, we just have Krishan Rock and Stewie Griffin as 2 baby mamas.
World tour. Why? He did not die an A-list artist. That's real. Y'all talking about he was a legend. If he was a legend, why y'all didn't treat him like that while he was here?
Adam would also ask Wack about his phone call with Big U, with Wack responding by lashing out against people who were attacking Big U after Nipsey's death with the conspiracies about him being involved, before giving Big U more praise about his role in Nipsey's career.
What was the phone call with Big U like after those headlines started popping up about that leaked audio?
Oh, we always talk about our white kids, what business ventures we doing next, and things of that nature. Like, we don't have that type of conversation about, they even attacked him. That was a weird, they last thing was Big U was honoring him at one of his events. So people make it look like Big U and Nipsey was enemies, all conspiracies and all this crazy.
Right.
And the world wouldn't know who Nipsey Hussle was in the magnitude that he was in if it wasn't for Big U.
Right.
During 2020, Wack and Big U would do several major podcasts together, and the two were seemingly on cordial terms. Unfortunately, the following year, there was seemingly starting to be some more serious disagreements, with Big U implying on his Checking In podcast how he was disagreeing with a lot of things that Wack had been doing lately.
Yeah, I just like the calls this guy from Wack. You know what I mean? I disagree with a lot of things he's doing right now.
Because Wack started to conduct himself like a fool. It could have been cool. It could have been quiet. It could have been to the point. It could have been direct. It could have been easy going. But Wack had to turn it into something that it wasn't. Wack had to make it into a flu, flam, a skull, Doug, and a Larson.
When you get to the point where I can't reach out and talk to you and try to correct you, and like, look, we're trying to go on this path, I got to remove myself. I don't mind being chastised. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm bigger than the program. And so what people don't understand is that sometimes people can get to that point.
Meanwhile, Loose Cannon, who was still at this point cool with Big U, would release a diss song to Wack in September 2021 titled Cookout, aka Wack, I Know You're Saying Talking, as well as dissing Wack and calling him a rat on his YouTube channel whilst walking around Wack's old stomping grounds in Pacoima and saying that Big U runs the West.
So it's like, Wack, it's like you do all this internet thugging and acting like you just so turned up, putting it on Paru this, Paru that. Nobody's seen you do nothing. You beat up a kid that was don't fit in Miami. What's that name? Stitches. Like,
isn't it crazy that Loose Cannon and Wack started off beefing, they got cool and then ended out beefing? How you started, how you finished, face ass?
Bro, you did some bus rash and then you acting like you got clout. Then you paid $2 to act like they KKK, but it was construction workers, and you paid them $150. All that cloud chasing don't equal up to real, bro. We on real time. Like, you talking about let's get down. You don't want to get down with the low, nigga. And you could put that on Paru. I bet you on any dollar, nigga. You don't want to get down with the low. No, you staring death in his eyes. That's why you want to run with some cowards. Oh, let me call Big U. Let me do this. He don't with you. He's he don't with rats. He don't with rat lovers. He don't doing police.
As Luce would explain in a podcast at the time, his beef with Wack started from the producer Marley Marl allegedly scamming $50K from Luce that was meant to go towards getting a feature from the rapper Offset. This led to Luce allegedly beating Mally up and filming the confrontation. This would lead to Wack, who's Mally's friend,
damn, how Offset get involved,
to have a problem with Luce, which would then escalate into a full-blown beef.
Yeah, so when I did that, Wack 100 was going around talking about, yeah, we don't with Loose Cannon, he did this, the Marley Marl, cuz can't go back to his hood and stuff like that. I'm like, you in Palmdale, Lancaster ass, like, come on, cuz, like, I'm in the hood every day. Like, bro, what you talking about?
In June 2022, Wack would appear on the Dub C and CJ Mack Show podcast, where CJ Mack would question Wack about all the enemies that he'd been.
Wack has never been allowed to do nothing like that ever since. Ever since. All these dudes have stepped away from Wack. Because I forgot that he was on the CJ Mack and Dub C podcast, and them niggas got away from him.
Been making, with Wack responding that there's only one person who he wishes things could have been different with, and that's Big U.
It's probably only one person out of everything you've been seeing going on that I wish it could have been different.
Right. It's all good.
Right?
It's all good. Yeah.
And that's Big U.
Despite there clearly being some heavy tension between the two, Wack would show him a lot of love during the podcast, saying that he just can't see Big U as an...
That's because he couldn't sit on that podcast and disrespect Big U because one of them two ninjas, if not both of them two ninjas, would have checked him. So that's Wack submitting to the environment that is. You can't sit in front of these two dudes and disrespect Big U and think that they're going to just sit there and tolerate the disrespect.
Enemy due to their past friendship.
Because I can't mentally see him as my enemy.
Right.
I don't think really in his heart, he ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. It's too deep.
Never mind. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see.
That's like,
Right.
I couldn't face his wife or his children.
Yeah.
Right, knowing I was played a part in anything that had anything, that's just not happening.
But Big U would respond back, saying that he's accepting no apologies from people calling him out.
I don't really address a lot of said on the internet, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna address this, and I'm gonna address this fast and quick. I heard about the little CJ Mack and Dub C interview with that guy. I don't accept no apology for no disrespect my name, disrespect my family, and call me on my name. I ain't cool with nothing. I ain't cool with that CJ Mack. I ain't cool with that Dub C. I ain't cool with none of that, man. And that's all I got to say on that.
Unfortunately for Wack, it seemed that behind the scenes things would reach a boiling point. On the 8th of July 2022, Wack's longtime artist The Game was performing at LA venue The Novo for the release of...
Okay, so yeah, that's what I was going to say. Right there is what I was talking about, and what I was referring to is when them dudes got up on Wack and chased Wack off the stage.
Dramatic album. At one point during the show, the crowd would go into a frenzy when Kanye walked out onto the stage, as Wack 100 could be seen to the side, ushering him onto the floor. Moments before, it seemed like a scuffle was taking place.
Look at Trap Lord Ross using my content. That's right, Trap Lord Ross. I ain't even mad at you. That's a rich trapper clip right there. That's a rich trapper clip right there. Wack getting dealt with it and roughed up backstage. I did that. Look at me.
To the side of the stage where Wack and Kanye just emerged from, with some claiming that this was actually Wack being attacked by a group of Rollin 60s, including Big U's nephew Tiny Draws. Once Kanye took to the stage, Wack would find refuge on that stage, standing in front of the crowd, where it wouldn't really be possible to continue the attack. Standing here, Wack would shake his head and whisper to another man on stage and gesture a finger to his head, seemingly indicating that there was some brain-dead activity going on. Wack, visibly sweating, seemed to gesture to someone next to him that he would be moving through the front of the stage when the performance ended. Wack would continue politicking to the person next to him and pointing around as if looking for the most effective exit route. He would scratch his chin and continue to look behind him where the issue seemed to have started.
Clearly, even Trap Lord Ross can see that Wack got whooped out. He always, nobody put their hands on me. Brother, everybody can see that you got hands put on you, brother. We could all see that you were accosted, brother.
Ye looked ready to leave the stage. Wack turned to clear his path, but in what seemed like an excruciating moment, the Game would then begin to give a heartfelt speech to Ye, stopping him in his tracks. Game would then perform his classic song Dreams that was produced by Kanye, while Wack would whisper something to Ye himself. All the while, Wack would continue to look at what was going on behind him. A drummer then seemed to give him advice on the best way to get out of there, while Wack continued to look over his shoulder. Then, Lil Wayne would take the stage as Wack remained to the side, seemingly leaning...
Wack got up out of there. Lil Wayne went on. Wack got off.
Back to say something to somebody. Wack remained at the side, tucked away with Ye during Wayne's performance, looking back a lot, and eventually getting into a conversation with somebody up close. At one point, even Ye would start looking concerned, and it seemed to be at this point when they agreed to leave through the front of the stage, right through the crowd. At which point, Wack took Ye by the arm and led him behind the speaker, tucked away so nobody could see where they were going. Ready to step into the crowd, notably flanked by two members of his entourage, Wack would jump off the pretty high stage to get into the crowd floor and exit through this crowded area. Interestingly, someone wearing a blue cap would moments later step by and peer around the speaker to see if Wack was there, but they were already gone. And seemingly after Wack had cleared the stage, during Big U's Artist Corrupts performance, Tiny Draws and other Rollin 60s would get onto the stage themselves, performing a victory crip walk. It seemed that Wack wasn't
performing a victory crip walk is sick. Now, I want to say that this is what Big U is being charged with assault with. So it's the assault comes from this night, from this clip that Trap Lord Ross is actually about to show. And right now, in actual real time, Big U has been charged by the federal government for assault on Wack 100. It's not an overt act. It's an actual pending situation. And yeah, man, and it's because of what's going to happen right here. Now, before Trap Lord Ross ever introduced us to the internet, Wack 100 actually told this story on No Jumper. He didn't tell an accurate, truthful version of this story, but he did tell enough of the story to where his story from No Jumper is actually a direct 1-2 step like Sierra from the federal indictment. So yeah, man, That happened.
Able to completely shake loose, however, as he would apparently be caught up with in the parking lot by a group of Rollin 60s members that included Big U himself and Tiny Draws. A confrontation would ensue, which one 60s member would seemingly film as Wack stepped out of his car with his family inside. This was posted by somebody who was there online with an incredibly self-incriminating caption saying Wack 100 is a mark, begging to lift that thing up, talking about my wife and kids are here, better act like it, Buster. Someone would also post a clip showing Wack standing at the door of his car with a caption saying, the 60s is outside, dead homies. The 2025 criminal...
Now, Wack is clearly hiding behind security. Clearly.
With a caption saying...
Right there. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a police officer. So you see Wack is clearly hiding behind the police. That's crazy. That's clearly Wack hiding behind the police. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
The 60s is outside, dead homies. The 2025 criminal complaint would reveal that a day after the incident, Big U had actually recounted the incident in a tapped conversation, claiming to have been there personally, and claiming to have cornered Wack with 15 to 20 Rollin 60 members, whilst Wack was on his own, leading to a standoff where Wack pulled a gun and pleaded with him not to attack. The Rollin 60s members would then take to social media afterwards to brag about Big U's nephew, Tiny Draws, running Wack off the stage at the Novo and knocking him out.
Wack 100 got we knocks put on him. Talk this about this his town.
You talked about every set.
Hold on.
Every guy.
Hold on, y'all hear they verse.
Talked about every gang, every set. Got there, got shocked out, ran to the front, and jumped off game stage. Slid out that mother. That officially a buster.
What's your version of it?
My version is, man, Tiny Draws put them bombs on that.
Hold on, we ain't doing no names now. We ain't doing no names.
He put them bombs, he got his mother head knuckled up.
Hey.
Y'all hear that?
Hey, listen. He gonna remember the Novo. He don't remember nothing else in his life.
Hear that? He gonna remember what?
That's all he gonna remember the Novo.
And remember who?
He gonna remember. Oh, he gonna remember not to be saying names that he know he ain't supposed to.
6-0. You don't talk about us.
A day later.
Yeah, you know what? And that's actually true. And you can see right here where he does look a little swollen. Yeah, I forgot that this is true. This is definitely true. Goodness gracious.
Wack responded saying that he wasn't beaten.
Now, I could definitely see how this could translate into Wack wanting to put the police on someone because goodness gracious.
Up and showing his face and head had no injuries, as well as hinting that the video didn't show everything that was going on in the scene, calling the situation a swing and a square off.
Knock it off, bro. Knock it off. Knock it off. Weird, bro. I don't mind you telling the truth, but stop lying. Cut the lies out. 20 that ain't nothing. Knock it off. Stop lying.
For the record, Wack later gave his own version of the incident where he suggested that in fact he had his own people, the same ones who left the
So here's the situation where I said ended up with Big U catching the indictment. It was this interview that led to the federal government indicting Big U for assault on Wack 100. And it's crazy because Traveler Ross was sitting there in real time when this conversation was had. And I'm sure at that point he was like, how can I look into this and get me some chili on off of these niggas? Because, yeah, with that all being said. But, you know what I'm saying? This particular interview is what led to Big U being indicted for the assault on Wack.
Stage with him waiting in the sidelines and going on to say that he'd been holding a gun so powerful that it made Big U and the 6-0s stop dead in their tracks and leave. You might not want to admit this.
It's crazy because Wack has not been charged with any gun or anything like that, despite telling us multiple times that he's a felon.
You had your blower.
Okay.
You're begging him not to kill him.
Now stop right there.
Right?
Like if I got my blower and you 20 deep with hoodies and I'm by myself, right? No begging to plead. That's when you really do it, right? What do you think my mentality was? I'm
gonna get off in threes. I'm gonna get off in threes.
You not to approach me and you come to get me. And I jump out my car talking. What kind of conversation you think I'm having to make a dude say don't nobody move?
I agree with you.
Now,
I feel like Blick Talk.
I feel
Third
like
y'all out there?
You probably
Call
was on
Third
that
now.
Soulja Boy.
Now I'm about to expose something nobody ever knew. Oh, here it goes, right?
Ground
I'm
zero.
here. All of this is a parking lot, right? I'm here. They walk down. They walk right past my car. They didn't even see me. When I seen them get here, I jumped out. Y'all looking for me?
It's not how it is. We saw the video. You were hiding behind the security guard. We just literally watched the video.
Right? They stopped. They back was to me. Y'all, I had everything I had, I could have dealt with everything in front of me. Now, what they didn't know is I'm talking to my team. Big Unim is here. Now watch this. Look, watch this. Big Unim is here. I'm here out the car. Third, who was here, and here?
Taking notes?
Hold on. Third, who in that parking lot when I'm confronting these 20 Crips was 20 to 30 feet in every direction and they didn't know it? All my homies was behind them.
That's new information.
Listen.
That's new information, man.
So listen, check this out. So when I'm letting you know, there's no need to beg nothing. What did I tell that fool? My home, they still don't know to this day that all my homies was positioned 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock. They didn't even see him.
Despite Wack sharing his more explosive side of the story 3 years later, at the time, people were heavily clowning Wack as blogs would report that he was knocked down. Tiny Draws would later claim responsibility for the attack and claim that Wack was...
Yeah, Wack definitely met his flu-flaming match for sure.
Punched 3 times backstage and then ran onto the stage to avoid the 60s, as well as saying that they were aware that Wack had people with him in the parking lot and that none of them jumped out and did anything.
Yeah, Wack, your homies just kind of sat there and let it happen. They didn't really have your back. If that's your security team, you might want to, just try again.
I'm talking about two total incidents. He ain't talking about the right. Whatever happened in that garage, I don't know. Bro, that time when he went in the garage, it's like about 10 minutes prior to Cuz jumping on stage. That's the crazy part.
That guy said he was taking Kanye to the car, but ran to the car as damn self.
Man, no, that wasn't. That just walked from taking Kanye to the stage, and he was walking on stage, and he was walking up the stairs. Corrupt was going downstairs to go perform. We so happened to run across Cuz as he walking up. It's like how the stairs curve.
Yeah.
As soon as he walked up, the got dolphin and then got hit again. And one of the little security that was with him pump fake like he had a blower. And took off running. They ran all the way.
Damn, Third, you ran. Damn, Third, you ran. That's wild and crazy and wild.
Back to the stage. Chased him down the hallway. They ran through their little security. Security was trying to stop us from getting on stage. He guarded them. Them was already hopping down on stage, going to their little exit, whatever their little plan was. Wherever they got out from down there back on the bottom of that little stage area is exactly what I ran to. When it got to his car. The show wasn't even over. DJ Quick didn't even perform yet. Gang didn't perform yet. He left like an hour or two before the even over, and we stayed.
Yeah.
When he got to that parking garage, I can't tell you what happened. I wasn't there. But inside that, all that bullshit talking, it was 10 against 1, then 18 against 1, then 20 against 1. What incident are you talking about?
This would then lead to Tiny Draws jumping on Clubhouse with Wack to argue about the incident, with Tiny Draws arguably incriminating himself.
And this is where things kind of got bad. It's when he took it to Clubhouse because that's the snitch headquarters. All you're going to do is tell on you. And now it's
and threatening Wack and suggesting that Wack was lying since he wouldn't swear on his gang that the incident happened the way he said it did.
Put that on Pyro.
Who is you though, bro?
This is Tiny Draws, Cash.
And I swear, that's when I started saying that niggas was getting indicted right there because Wack would have you say your real name, your hood name, what gang you was from, and he would have these dudes give the full police type outline. and boom, here we are at the indictment.
Well, what are we talking about?
We talk about what
are we talking about? What are we talking about? You tell me what we talking about. And he gets these dudes, he just talks these dudes into indictments, into, oh man, it's ugly.
happened when you walked up them stairs. That on
What
Pyro.
What happened?
You didn't get smacked in your head and you didn't get socked in your face.
Touch me. You
Bro, put that on Pyro.
Why is you nigga? You want me to
put
send
that
a
on
picture?
Pyro?
Hey, you did you would no other
man, look, bro, put that on Pyro.
You would know to touch
man,
me.
look, I'm not, bro.
Your uncle bitch wrong got drew down on.
You put everything on Pyro. Put that on Pyro. When you came up them stairs, smacked you in your head. Put that on Pyro.
My head. Where you
put that on Pyro. Put that on Pyro. You didn't run on that stage.
Sent the picture with my eye circle
bro,
like it was my eye.
Bro,
so it wasn't my head or my eye. I put that on your raggedy ass mama.
Put that on Pyro, bro.
Nah,
that's all you gotta do.
Now, for the record, his DJ Academic.
Now, Wack did not ever. Legend has it, Wack never did put that on Pyro.
Reacting to the whole situation at the time, Ack jokingly pointed out the seriousness of the Clubhouse conversation, adding that Wack seemed to be isolating himself similar to 6ix9ine, but isn't rolling with enough security.
Wack, the game had a concert. The game had a concert. Do I believe the big Pyro Wack got hit, man? Do I believe it or not? I've always said this. First of all, I do look at Wack as somebody with tremendous respect. I've watched him over the last couple of months, though. It's been interesting. I believe that Wack has completely isolated himself away from a lot of people that we would also consider either powerful or have some type of presence on, whether it's the West Coast or, you know, within the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people have said that Wack is taking the 6ix9ine approach on some.
Ack would also add that Wack rarely gets confronted in person, but his comments about the Rolling 60s Crips and Nipsey has got him into a beef with people who are really about that life.
Only thing that's on the table to protect is the artist's interest. And here's the thing. It don't seem like the game got beef with some of these people that Wack got beef with. For example,
now you don't see the Wack with the game at all. At all. Your Uncle Draws got draw down on. And you know what's crazy? Right. He's admitted that he drew down on Big U, but he's not in jail. Crazy.
The dude who's arguing with Wack is saying, yo, after we punched on you, we partied with the game. They are involved with their own 60s. They seemingly feel away. I guess this Tiny Draws dude, because he said he put it on Neighborhood Crib. They feel a certain type of way about it.
Funnily enough, Brick Baby would also react to this incident too, claiming to have actually personally been there as part of that group of 60s trying to rush Wack, and making fun of Wack for escaping through the crowd and getting caught in the parking lot.
And we were still with the cop. Dead hungry. It was that deja vu game after that. 6-0. Shout out nigga, Magic, and Black. What you gonna do? Weird. You camera. Weird. Slap the couch. Yeah, the message was clear.
Yeah, and that's why Wack hates these dudes, because, you know, it's a constant reminder that you're a victim.
So you got pieced up, you jumped off the side of the stage. Everybody know the backstage of the Novo. You know how you got up off the stage without the fans seeing you. You jumped in between the speakers. 6-0. Stop playing.
Man, bro, you a speaker jumper? You's a speaker jumper, bro?
Came out the back door, seen it, thought you saw a ghost.
The beef would continue after this incident. In September, Big U would seemingly throw more shots at Wack.
We ain't cutting no grass. You ain't cutting no grass?
No, we ain't cutting no grass.
Night blood.
Know about that Thunderdog?
Somebody said they pull up. Oh.
Pull up?
No, it's a female.
Well, she can pull up too. She can come get a picture with the champ. Listen, man, I don't think y'all know this, bro. If anybody got anything to say about the big homie, cuz I'm on him. Like I told y'all before.
You better start acting like that.
Anybody got anything to say about the big homie, I'm on him.
You better start acting like that.
And then in October 2022, Wack would explain in an interview how his relationship with Big U had gone sour, saying that it had happened after Big U and Suge Knight had contacted Wack's label, suggesting that Big U should take over all of Wack's contracts, with Suge adding that Big U was the only person in LA that Wack was scared of.
Any situation that has something to do with me, whether I knew about it beforehand or not, he was also there for me. If that's what he needed to do. The fallout, you know, once again, the two-headed snake, here comes Suge. Get a call from...
He looks like his feelings is hurt. He looks like he genuinely wants to cry.
My label. He won. They said, man, we really want to tell you this, but you know, Big U came down to see us. I'm not thinking nothing of it. He has already signed to him. So yeah, Suge on the phone. Oh, okay. Still not thinking nothing of it. Like, yeah, man, they were trying to convince me that I don't know how they thought this can work, even if I wanted to do it, to give your contracts to Big U. And she'll be saying something about this is the only guy in Los Angeles that you're scared of. Big, those words never came out of Big U mouth. I'm not gonna put that. Came out of Suge's mouth. Oh yeah? Well, what you tell him? So I told him, man, we've been doing business with this man. He's like family. I gotta ask you to lead office. Great. So I'm kind of in the pickle. I don't know how to feel about it. So I said, all right. I waited a week. I wanted to see if Big U was gonna call me and tell me this happened. Hey man, I went down there, Suge had me go down there and said he was gonna go. A whole grown gangbanger in a pickle is absolutely positively preposterous. Negotiate a deal. He started saying some crazy. I had no idea he was gonna say this. This is what I'm hoping, right? Here. After we got on here nothing, so I called him once. Tell a few of my comrades around me at the time, they know who they are. Well, everybody know was real close to me at the time. What happened? I even had that call too. When we addressed and got everybody on the phone. I'm like, yo, bro, you really went to my label? And well, no, I didn't say it. Yeah, and about you said it, but you heard it being said in favor of you against me. Because nobody could have sent me to the office saying, yo, give Whack Big U's contracts. I'm hold, go. Yo, for one, I didn't tell you to do that. Two, I'm not here for that. Three, that can't happen.
Big U would once again respond to Wack's claims, saying that he was straight up lying and that he had never even been at Wack's label office.
It come down to like the Wack situation. Is everything cool with that, or that ain't nothing?
You know it ain't cool. Now I can speak on that. I mean, you would ask me that.
Okay.
I only got one thing to say.
Yeah.
This lane talks about. This is the most beautiful thing. People just lie. And it kills me is how y'all allow people, not you, the people out there allow somebody to continue to tell lies. Let me address this one. I addressed the other one about developing options. I'm gonna address this one. I'm gonna give you this one.
Okay.
One, I have never been to Alan Grunblatt's office about a deal. I just heard about this one too. For Whack 100 company, because you can't do that. If you know the music business, and I'm pretty sure you do, in the podcast business, nobody can go get nobody's contract. That's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard.
Wack had been active on the social media platform Clubhouse pretty much since the beginning, when it became a semi-viral hit during the early COVID pandemic. And eventually, the app became Wack's favorite social media to use, and he would build a real business around the platform, arguably becoming synonymous with it and the main face of Clubhouse. But Clubhouse has always had a limited reach due to its strategy of being more exclusive than other social medias, giving it a much more underground vibe where news would be breaking for the first time, rather than a viral platform like Instagram where news reaches the masses. However, in 2023, Wack would start a weekly podcast with ADAM22 on the No Jumper platform, giving him a much bigger reach and a perfect outlet to attack Big U.
Any truth to the rumor that you put an alleged leader or a higher up from the other side? Is there any truth to the idea that you might have leaked their address or doxed them in some way?
Who address?
We'll edit this out. Big U?
I don't know his address offhand.
Okay. That's not true. Because somebody said that to me and I was like, wow, that seems over the line.
Well, you know, they holler my address.
Oh, so it is true.
No, I don't know the direct address.
Okay.
But they
just to cap this off, what would have to happen between Big U and you to make
Listen, me and Big U know how to deal with each other, bro.
Right.
I don't even want to mention the man's name, but his little homies keep coming on.
Now, here's the thing too. Wack, you want to say, well, I don't want to mention the man's name. I don't want to mention the man's name. You went away with the white flag of solidarity and peace because now you can't handle the pressure that's been placed upon you. But the level of disrespect that you exhibited has been extreme. You've had a lot to say about these dudes. You had a lot to say to these dudes. So now should they want to deal with you, now should they want to see you, I feel like they're well within their reasoning to feel this way about you, to, think this way about you, because when it's all said and done, bro, you keep just antagonizing, you keep picking. And eventually if you want to keep picking, you're going to get what you're looking for. You started a situation and then you wanted to tap out of it because the situation became too volatile for you and became too hostile for you. But it's ultimately your fault for getting in the fire, bro. It's hot in these kitchens. You shouldn't have been here. You shouldn't have been talking about these dudes. You shouldn't have been disrespecting these dudes. You shouldn't have been talking, oh, your mom is this, your mom is now what, your mom is this, your hood's this, your homie's that, and all that kind of stuff. You did, and you said all these things with the intention to hurt, and you did that. You got your mission accomplished. You hurt these people, and now they want to hurt you back. And now when people want to hurt you back, you want to act oblivious. You want to act like you're so confused on why anybody would want to hurt you. Bro, it's because you're an A-double-double. You are an A-double-double. You feel me? Easy call.
On there in the name of him, dissing the set, dissing my neighborhood, mentioning my family. Who's important? Big U?
Big U's not.
How's he an important figure in hip-hop? When? Where?
I mean, he's someone who's got
Key to Rock.
connection to like almost every rapper out of LA, right?
No, wait, let's correct that, bro. Like, y'all get that dude a little too much credit. A lot of those connections come from guys like Suge, guys like me, guys like a few of his homeboys over there, right? That put him with people. Let's be real. What has he done in hip-hop?
Okay.
If my name was on paperwork with contracts with the police, with police cell phones, they would hang me out to dry. If one of my homeboys was told me that I snitched on him with an alias and went on record to say it, they'd hang me out to dry. If a female said that Wack baited her.
Now, with the situation, when it's all said and done, you know, blah, 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 this, man, Smile, I don't care about ODM Slim, bro. I really don't care about ODM Slim. I need ODM Slim to find a dentist and a hygienist, and we'll go from there. But I don't care about ODM Slim. That's not what we're here to talk about. When it comes to the situation with Big U and Wack saying that Big U has no accolades, it's counterproductive because when it's the whole little 1-2 step like Sierra, with they X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z, you feel me? It's just like, you know what I mean? Wack will always find a way to justify his moment at his feeling at the moment. Hear what I said. Wack will always find a way to justify his feeling at the moment. If he 1 minute he want to praise somebody, the next minute he's tearing down the exact same thing that he was just praising. So it's weird.
Her down, locked the door, and beat her while she was pregnant, they would hang me out to dry. Now, does he get the popularity vote of the streets? Yes.
See, this is what I was just saying.
Yes.
And of course, Big U wasn't the only one who Wack was making some explosive claims about. He would also famously claim that there was a gay tape starring none other than Nipsey Hussle, as he would explain on a DJ Vlad interview.
But to be fair, then you started kind of going hard at Nipsey. You said that there's a gay.
And then Vlad said that he saw the tape or the alleged tape and there was nothing GPS about the tape. So now I'm just trying to figure out where do the lies start and stop.
Tape and like that.
Yo, Vlad, one thing you better not never do is question what come out of my mouth. You worth a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I got $5 million. You want to bet?
I know. I'm not going to bet you. I'm not going to bet you.
Hey, let's break it down to a plunk million. I got $1 million.
Okay.
Do you want to bet?
I'm not going to bet you.
Vlad, no. Because you said, right, and it didn't come out of my mouth. Hassan Campbell recorded the conversation and released it.
That's where it came out.
It's only because of me that the damn tape still ain't came out today.
So you didn't threaten to release this tape 1,000,000 times, bro. It don't exist. It don't exist. If it existed, you would have been put it out right now. How the video with you and the Yaz Yender exists and they got put out is the exact same way that would have get put out.
Then, during the Adam and Wack show, he would go further and say that Big U had wanted Wack to release the tape so that he could use it in a legal battle against Nipsey's estate, daring Big U to get out of line so that Wack can release proof of that.
Right, but guess who else seen him and wanted me to release him?
Who?
Big U.
Why?
Because Laura London wasn't cooperating with him, and he felt like he had some leeway with the baby mama that's starring in the videos.
Oh,
right?
Okay, so this is before her, right?
He can manage her. Oh, this is with her.
During his time with Lauren.
Yeah. So he can manage her, get her out the way, release that. Then in the flip side, he wanted me to turn around and go at the Nipsey Hussle estate and sue them for 30% of his contract. And he wanted me to make it look like I brought out his contract and now I'm going after his estate. I said, bro, check this out. I'm not releasing the tapes, right? I'm not doing that. Dude got kids. Me and Nip ain't had no problems. On Paru, we ain't had no problem. We used to talk
But you done brought this up a million times about these tapes. So the same person who brought the tapes up is the same person trying to save us? Like, what? The same person who brought the tapes up is the same person trying to save us? In what world does this make any type of sense? In what world is this any type of logic? In what world is this anything outside of a flu, flaming skull, Doug, and a larceny?
Talk on the phone, right? And you was just with this man every day in the studios and all this. Did you have this conversation about this 30% then? Don't wait till he die and then want to do that. It's all on my phone. I dare him to get out of line.
For the record, this tape has still never surfaced, and many people are still not convinced of its existence. Big U, on the other hand, was staying relatively quiet during this time, and at least on the surface, it seemed that he was doing good. And so was his family, with his son getting drafted into the NFL by the Los Angeles Chargers. But behind the scenes, things were about to go bad for Big U, because his trusted enforcer, Loose Cannon, had seemingly had a falling out with him. And coming into 2024, Loose Cannon's loose lips would begin to put Big U's dirt out there for the whole world to hear, as Loose would eventually begin rolling with Whack 100 and appearing with him on the No Jumper podcast. On the 21st of January 2024, No Jumper released an Adam and Whack Show episode where Loose Cannon made numerous explosive claims about Big U, while himself engaging in some grade A self-snitching. Loose would reveal that part of the reason he stopped trying was because he noticed he was doing shady things, referring to the dispensary robbery mentioned in the indictment, saying that he found it weird that he was sent to do robbery missions and then would later be forced to give part of the proceeds back, as well as finding it suspicious.
Now, when it's always that this dude, Loose Cannon, it's crazy how he will team up with Whack to destroy Big U, only for Whack to be his ultimate downfall and karma. That's crazy how that worked out.
That Big U would hand out guns to people and take note of the serial numbers. Most notably, Loose would claim that Big U called him, saying that Nipsey got shot, but when Loose called Nipsey, he answered and was fine. But then 30 minutes later, he would get the call that Nipsey had indeed been shot and killed. Adam would then press Loose about the story, telling him to convince the audience that this call actually happened, with Loose and his girl saying that the call can be seen in their upcoming reality TV show.
Like, the Nipsey...
And then the reality show never came out.
Story that you just told is so explosive.
Yo.
Speak to them on why they should believe you, because I guarantee that's a huge percentage of the conversation that's happening right now. Is people saying, I don't know a ton about you to like verify it, so and I don't have a dog in this fight.
Listen, everybody that knows me, LA and the world and stuff like that, know I'm not gonna just sit there and lie. Plus, it's on my TV show. The first episode or whatever on February 14th, I'm gonna see the FaceTime call with me and Big U, and then
wait.
The next.
I'm gonna say too much, y'all. Y'all gonna have to tune in. Y'all gonna have to tune into the show.
The following day, Brick Baby would be part of the No Jumper News show, and as a self-admitted Rollin 60s member who seemingly was still fairly close with Big U, he would seemingly be mad at Loose for his wild stories about Big U, deciding to attack Loose Cannon back, accusing him of being the police, as well as questioning why Loose wouldn't mention to Nipsey that someone had just said he had been killed if the story really happened.
You act like you was coming to say that story to be for Nipsey.
Now that's weird too, because if you thought that something was going to happen in Nip, and you thought that somebody had, just put his life in danger, why wouldn't you have mentioned that to that man? Should you have the chance to speak to him before his demise? No, I just said I love you, cuz, and we homies, and I'm your homie forever, cuz. That's all I said, cuz I'm Loose Cannon the dummy, cuz. Like, come on, bro, that doesn't make sense. That's just a whole Flu Flamming Skull Douglas Larson situation. Come on, brother.
You sat there and lied. You were supposed to be exposing Big U or whoever you was talking about as being a rat or informant and all that, but you told every crime that you ever did alleged around this dude, they got on a camera. You come in here trying to expose, trying to show internal. You're not from the set. You never got put on the set. Nowhere around it. And you talk about it gave you a drop on when Nipsey was about to get killed, and you didn't even mention it to Nipsey. What type of friend are you at this point, Shark?
But Brick wouldn't end it there. He would also attack Loose on his own YouTube and Instagram accounts, calling him the goofy of the year who's mad and lying because he can't come back to the hood, and that he's never even met Loose before, and that he's not from Rollin 60s.
Loose Cannon got the Goofy of the Year award this year. Like, all that lying because you can't come back to the section. Come on, man. All the homies said you's a goof troop. Can't come back around. And on 6 I just did my research. Boom. I never heard where you said when you see me, you go, man, I've never met you. On the dead homies, I ain't never met you. You the same just ran from my white boy in Vegas. At the Red Rock Casino. 06 trying to use names as passes and all that. Tell cuz
Oh, 6-0, cuz no bueno, cuz get right up out of there. You've never seen me, cuz. Oh, 6-0, you don't know nothing about me, cuz. Oh, 6-0, you didn't grow up with us or nothing. Who is Big Loose Cannon?
It's crazy though because breaking Loose Cannon did end up being cool at the end. So all this was kind of, I ain't gonna say for nothing, but something changed at the end to where these feelings became a little bit different.
We gonna start there. Who is Big Loose Cannon? Oh, 6-0.
Let's get this clear right now, man. Loose Cannon is not from 60s. There's too many stories talk about the boy Loose Cannon from 60s. Loose Cannon is not from 60s. Never been put on. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Don't be late.
Sometime later, Loose would allegedly play the call that Big U had made to him only moments before Nipsey's death.
Of course. Listen, I'm about to play it to you right now on loudspeaker because I had to plug in my speaker. Put up. You heard that, right? I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm gonna play it louder. So, let's right now. Put up. You heard it, right?
And you know what, brother? You ain't gonna rack my brain. You ain't gonna rack my brain on that, bro. You know, but
That is wild right there. Nephew Nipsey got killed. Nigga, that was not real audio. Y'all boys are sick. Y'all some sick individuals.
you saying is if you got belief behind that, man, that's your push, bro.
Now, many people have suggested that that was simply a low-quality AI, but regardless of how flimsy Loose's claims were, ADAM22 and No Jumper would receive a cease and desist letter from Big U demanding they remove the video material of Loose and Wack discussing his possible involvement in Nipsey's murder. The No Jumper crew would discuss it during one of their episodes, during which Brick Baby would make fun of Loose's supposed recording, calling it out as a fake, after which Adam would make a prophetic prediction saying that he needs to see much more proof from Loose, but if Big U would end up getting arrested in like 6 months' time, that would certainly make Loose's statement seem a lot more credible. And as we know, Big U would indeed end up getting arrested, although this would happen almost exactly 1 year after Adam's prediction.
I feel like that episode was out for like 2 months, and I've been awaiting proof of what was said about the Big U thing. And I haven't really seen any proof. Now, maybe it just hasn't been brought to my attention. And for sure, okay, fast forward.
Did you hear the AI?
It doesn't exist.
No. What was that?
Go ahead. Let you finish the fast forward.
What was the AI?
So he made an AI of, he was on live with Eddie Boy. And he made like an AI. He like, I'm finna play you a clip.
You think Loose Cannon made it?
Yeah, it said,
Oh, okay.
nephew, Nipsey dead. That's all it said.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
He like played this on Clubhouse or something?
He played it on live. It was Instagram Live or something.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, Loose Cannon, I'm not saying you're a liar or anything. I'm just saying I need to see further proof. Now, let's say fast forward 6 months. Big U gets arrested. This is hypothetically for these acts.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, that interview becomes completely fair game, and it's an important historical record. And like we all have to look at it and say, "Oh my God, Loose Cannon, I'm so sorry. We all misjudged you. You're a genius. You were telling the truth the whole time."
Too bad that didn't come out to be the actualities of the case.
However, many continue to cast doubt on Loose's claim about the phone call, as he would never end up showing video proof of it in his reality show The Baddie and the Beast as he promised. For example, Street TV would release a long video breaking down all the different reasons why he thought the calls between Big U and Loose and Nipsey never happened, with perhaps the most outlandish fact presented in the video being that Loose has also told another version of the story, where it was allegedly Nipsey who called Loose shortly before his murder, supposedly to tell him that he wanted Loose Cannon to take over and continue his musical legacy, because somehow he knew he was going to die. This story appearing so comically fake that it would seemingly even leave the interviewer almost speechless.
In reality, when Loose Cannon said that, it's like, bro, are you slow or do you think that we're slow? Or like, come on, because you're not fast. Because you're just not fast. You think we slow? Because brother, you not fast.
Producing and stuff, and then when I figured out, like right before Nip died, he was like, "You got a voice. You need to take over and finish what I'm doing." And I was like, "What are you talking about, cuz?"
Nip told you that?
Yeah, so it was like 30 minutes before he died.
Well, how did he tell you? Through a text or what happened?
No phone call. He called me.
Wow, why do you think Nip would have said something like that?
I don't know. I just figured that he knew he was gonna die.
So he called you and said you need to finish off where he left off?
Yeah, he was like, nobody's like you, cuz.
Now that is true. Nobody's like Loose Cannon. That is one thing that is for sure true.
These jealous, they envious of you. I love what you're doing. I love you, little bro. And then 30 minutes later, he died.
There would also be a very aggressive but hilarious phone call between Luce and Brick Baby, where Brick Baby would pressure Luce to tell when he had his put on to the Rollin' 60s gang, clearly claiming that Luce was not a real member and once again lying about his credentials, before yelling that he has more bodies than Luce has squabbles or fights, cementing Brick's image as the proud founder of the Kill Squad, the menacing name for Brick's fanbase.
Adam, what's up?
Hey, Loose Cannon, I'm here live on the No Drama Show.
Kill Squad, that's crazy.
Brick Baby and Lush. Brick Baby is requesting some information regarding your put on.
Hey, can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horseman, or at 54th. When did you get put on?
Baby, when
did you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002 on Eileen Street at June House. You know what's up. Yeah, dead homie. So when you get put on?
No, you haven't, bro. You've been in
man, cuz Hillbilly was a part of my put on. Killer Dave was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild Bill. On the dead homies, and Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third. I squabbled. Who did you squabble, gang? Come on, bro. I got more murders than you got squabbles in the hood. Dead homies.
But interestingly,
jeez, too far. Too far.
In the lead up to the Rico arrest, a bizarre incident would take place where Brick and Luce allegedly ran into each other at a Las Vegas Airbnb. But to everyone's surprise, despite them both claiming to be looking to catch each other slipping, there was no violence between them. Looking back, this is bizarre considering how much they
Now that's the part that made it strange to me. When them dudes was cool when they saw each other, I was confused.
publicly hated each other. This chance encounter in Las Vegas, where they did nothing but talk, didn't really make any sense. Yet. But soon, things would get even more strange, as Wack seemingly got word of the investigation into the 2021 Las Vegas murder of Rayshawn Williams, passing the information to people in his clubhouse circle to investigate for a murder mystery show on his 100 side show.
This murder mystery was on Rayshawn Williams, a young artist with life, ambition, everything to that nature. He was found dead in the Apex Desert, which is a little northeast of Las Vegas. His body had a lot of gunshot wounds, one being in the head, and it was described as execution style. We know that he was last seen alive communicating with key figures such as Big U, and somewhere between these final texts and everything like that, this is where weird. We went over the physical evidence, such as the DNA under his nails.
Now that's the part that ended up being a lie. Talking about you went over the physical evidence, and that just goes to show you how these people on Clubhouse will speak so candidly and be absolutely wrong. Because you talking about DNA under the nails and all that kind of stuff. There actually wasn't any DNA under the nails. None of that was actually shown in real life.
Possible GSR, but it never got tested. A missing phone. I mean, all of this raises so many questions. We even had suspects who emerged from this case, whether they were friends, mentors, and even those within his own circle. But the real question still remains: who had the real motive? Or even, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people in this case and a lot of key factors. The motive was there, but who was ballsy enough to do it? Who had the opportunity and who had the power to cover all of that up? Theories and our final suspect breakdowns look as, did Big U play a role with this? And if he did, what happened in those final moments?
Been in and out, but I don't know what the you been doing in here. But my goddamn phone going crazy.
Really? By who?
With me. They didn't found all kind of race up. So what is this? Mother and the sister. They on my line right now.
Oh no.
And this is when Wack comes in and pretends like he doesn't know what's happening. Oh, really? Oh, really? The mom and it? What? Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay, what's
going on?
on
My line heavy.
That is so crazy. Shout out to the media team. I wasn't even expecting to.
The mother told me, you ready for this?
What's T?
She used to be the team mom for the Crenshaw Colts.
This would set the wheels in motion for the information
So now this is Wack snitching in open time and relating it to Big U.
to spread further. One key person in this saga would be 600, aka Christopher Lovejoy. 600 grew up in the Crenshaw district with the rolling 60s.
I'm from South Central Los Angeles, the West Side, Crenshaw District, Hyde Park, California, rolling 60s. You know, I'm from where they made most of the movies is at. You know, my neighborhood and my life story is kind of like Ricky and Boys in the Hood. I'm not the one who got shot. You know what I'm saying?
Later on, he would become a heavyweight boxer with an impressive-looking but much criticized record that he made by mostly fighting in Mexico. And more recently, he's become known as the manager of none other than 55th Street legend Crip Mac, before also going viral in his own right as a social media content creator who some have accused of working for the police due to his controversial takes, particularly
Nah, he's a cop for sure.
in the lead up to Big U's arrest. Because while 600 is from the same hood as Big U, he also had a falling out with him, much like Loose Cannon. So when he would become privy to the information regarding Rayshawn Williams' murder investigation, 600 would speak out, posting clips of a phone conversation between Wack and Rayshawn's family, where the family would give inside info about the case, like telling how Big U's DNA had allegedly been found under Rayshawn's fingernails, and 600 wasn't seemingly deterred even by the fact that Rayshawn's mother would call him during his YouTube live on the 11th of March, pleading with him to stop talking about her son.
You're on the hotline with Papa.
Yeah, this is, you know exactly who this is. This is
You telling me I know who this is? You said what?
This is Rayshawn Williams' mother.
Okay, what's going on? How would I know who you were?
Can y'all please stop talking about my son?
What do you mean? Well, this is what you gotta understand. Whenever something is online,
This is Rayshawn Williams' mother.
okay, listen what I'm saying. Whenever things are online, things get spread around online. So that's just whoever put things online first, that's who needs to get it. Now I haven't spoken to you in years. Am I wrong?
Well, anybody that's calling you, asking you the information, don't get him, bro. Dead.
Okay.
And I'm serious.
Okay.
Starting to piss me the off. So anybody that's hitting you up, asking you any information about my boy, and
Yeah.
they don't have
No, know what? Nobody never asked me about him though.
they don't know nothing, it's none of their business.
No, nobody knows.
No, I don't think that this was a real call because he lies so much. Should that have really been his kid's mom, she does deserve the piece of letting her son rest. And I can understand how she's not feeling her son being used for such ignorant comment and content.
Nobody never asked me nothing about him.
However, the mother would also say F Big U multiple times, making it clear how she felt about him.
But I don't think that was the mom. I really don't, because these dudes lie so much. I have a hard time believing that was the mom for real.
And I'm serious because this starting to piss me off with everybody. And yeah, I said it, Big U.
Okay.
And this is Rayshawn Williams' mama. Big
And that's the thing too. Why didn't she say her name? This is Rayshawn Williams' mama. This is Rayshawn Williams' mama. Why wouldn't she say her actual name? Why would she keep referring to herself as Rayshawn Williams' mama? That's the part that just really didn't make sense to me.
you. Yeah, I said it. And I want everybody to know how the I feel. Him, his kids, and his wife. Yeah, I said it. Dead. And stop speaking up on my boy. Period.
Wack would also continue to discuss this case on his Clubhouse show, and in mid-March, they would drop a bombshell by letting everyone know that the feds were coming for Big U at the end of the month. This information coming also directly
Now, this is the part that's sick because they said it and then it happened.
off the call between Wack and Rayshawn's family, with Wack and 600 saying that they went against the investigation and apparently also Rayshawn's family by putting the call out in order to give Big U a warning to get running.
Understand, when the family is telling us this, that means their investigation is already done. Like whatever they're doing, they already doing. Done. So now the family, they told the street. Unfortunately, I felt withholding this is cooperating with the police. I'd have played this. He was arrested. They like, oh, what? You knew they was coming. You didn't say nothing. It would have been right. All the way right. The family still cussing me out. Why did you play that? Why did you tell me?
This phone call between Wack and Rayshawn's family, specifically his sister and mother, would turn out to be a treasure trove of information, revealing that not only the cops were coming for Big U, but also that the DA was allegedly planning on putting both the murder of Rayshawn and the murder of Nipsey into the same case.
What year did your brother?
And it's crazy because that didn't happen either. That didn't happen either. That's another situation that Wack swore was going to happen that actually never actually happened. Full lie.
When your brother killed?
My brother was killed in 22.
So it took them 3 years to do DNA?
They said that Big U was running for a long time. Like, he didn't want to.
That doesn't make sense because if Big U had already been in the penitentiary system, they would already have his DNA. So that doesn't make sense either.
Take the DNA test.
So,
yeah, they
wait,
found his DNA test in my brother's nails.
Okay, so, ooh, that's bad work.
So that means my brother fought. When I told you that Big U had popped up at my brother Airbnb.
In Vegas?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And the best friend was there, whatever, but the best friend said that he didn't want to talk to my brother in front of him, so he pulled my brother upstairs to the side. He said that he knew something was going on because when Big U left and my brother came, when Big U left the Airbnb and my brother came back downstairs, he said his whole energy was off.
Dad, did they find your brother next day or next couple days?
The next day.
When did the test come back? When did the DNA come back?
It came back 2 months ago.
And they still ain't arrested me?
Well, they told me between me and you, please.
It's going to be between me and you when it's on the internet. That doesn't make sense. How is it between me and you when it's clearly on the internet? This whole conversation is being recorded for the internet for public consumption. How is any of this between me and you? It's between all of us.
Between me and you. Don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
Well, I promise Wack won't tell nobody. He's just going to tell everybody.
Going to put his case and Nipsey Hussle case together.
Interestingly, Wack was playing both sides in a way that would keep his hands clean. On the one hand, strategically exposing this information that would lead to the takedown of his enemy Big U, but also suggesting that by airing this private information out publicly, he was actually keeping it street and giving a public warning to Big U so that he had time to potentially escape. But in the midst of Wack exposing all these details, he would suddenly fall out with Loose Cannon. Interestingly, this led to a podcast that shocked everyone, where former enemies Loose Cannon and Brick Baby would suddenly appear together on No Jumper, this time apparently uniting against Wack. However, Loose would have a hard time explaining why exactly he was mad at Wack, with his initial explanation being that it was all to do with Wack commenting on an apparent arrest in Loose's neighborhood that was falsely attributed to be targeting Loose, with Loose seemingly rambling around in circles and not really being able to say exactly why he was mad at Wack specifically.
My brother, Wack, right, run content on me on Clubhouse, and then you got everybody on YouTube spin a narrative and say that, oh, you lying. You get what I'm saying? Because of Wack insecurities with himself. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was like, nah, because we can't do that.
So you felt like Wack was putting fake narratives on you because he almost instantly after this clip came out of your wife saying that your house was surrounded by cops or whatever, he almost instantly starts spreading the narrative that it's not true.
Yeah.
And he's really stuck to that, which is interesting because that means that you and him are not seeing eye to eye, that you couldn't convince him one way or the other, or have you not really talked since then?
No, I talked to Wack, and then I told him, he was like, I didn't say that. I said, listen, bro, you read the wrong thing because there was 3 SWAT teams available. One at 3.
when you called them?
Yeah. So, no, shut the So one at 3 a.m., one at 5 a.m., and then one at 10 a.m. Where they call swatting. So we had like the Las Vegas News Bulletin, pull it. They did the research and they came to it. So when Wack say it, okay, listen. So when Wack say it or whatever, he spread the narrative that I was lying because of we had a business dealing that day. So he thought that I was just trying to get out of it. Get out of it. So when he did that, it was like, okay, yeah,
that'd be a pretty drastic way to get out of a business meeting.
A business meeting,
yeah.
It was goofy. So when that happened, it's like, bro, you ran content on me. So when you ran content on me, you actually ran content because my wife posted it. Do you get what I'm saying? So you don't have no respect for me or her. So at the end of the day, it's like I took it personal.
I want to know what narrative. I'm gonna say it again. right? I repeated what your wife said. If I would have known for real, if I would have.
Now, Wack and Loose Cannon have a very interesting relationship, but it's also extremely interesting how Wack has beef with a lot of these dudes, and then either they get cool with them or they kind of like fake fight back, and then the conversations are had behind closed doors, and then it's nothing. It's interesting how they always play out. It just never seems to all the way come to fruition.
Watch you go to jail. I still would have told the world you ain't in jail. Only thing I did was I repeated what your wife said. I said, listen, she never said it was her house. She said the streets blocked off. She never said he's in jail. She said, I hope he's at a...
But
that's when Wack exposed Loose Cannon for lying about going to jail, and Loose Cannon got mad at Wack for lying about him. I remember that.
Wack, you said RP Loose Cannon when they was reading the articles. So when you say that,
no, I said there's no way that could be him because the article they read, they said is dead, shot themselves, and I said it would be RIP Loose Cannon, and he not dead because Loose. Remember, I'm gonna remind you of something. I ducked everybody all day. I didn't go to Clubhouse till 6 p.m. That's a 6 o'clock room. You had already texted me. Remember? I knew you all right. You text me.
Okay, so basically you said it, and then what about when the 600 running content?
You could show me what I ran content on you, bro. Why you keep saying that?
Okay, so listen.
Show me.
Listen, we're gonna take care of those deals, right? But let's do it on the Adam and Wax show, and we play the content, and let people judge. And wait, we let the people judge because if you right, no, Wax, if you right. On Dead Homies, I get it on here and I apologize. But if the comments say that I'm right.
So Loose was really mad at Wack.
Loose Cannon is upset. You can hear his voice cracking. You can hear everything. He is pissed. That is an angry turtle. That is an angry turtle.
For enabling 600 to expose the Big U murder case because Loose was going to be implicated in the whole gang conspiracy. But Loose didn't want to admit it at this point. So he chose a convoluted excuse.
That makes sense why Loose Cannon was mad about it. Damn. I never thought about that, Traveler Ross. That explains so much of why Loose Cannon was so upset about this. Damn, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's a good one.
Saying that he was mad at Wack for commenting on the arrest that took place in Loose's neighborhood, but Loose would eventually let loose that it was 600's commentary on the Big U murder case that had really pissed him off. And Loose would even threaten to kill 600 in the interview, with Wack saying that he's not responsible for what 600 puts out there.
That's what I can't do. You running content on him. He run. I've been on him the last couple days. You notice he ain't really did. I've been telling him don't feed into it. But you running it on.
Cuz would die around with me.
Okay, but what if
60 crib? Like we can't even go there. Why? Because this is not the same type of I am. I would get cuz out of here before summertime. Neighborhood crib.
Well, here go the question. How often do I be in front of 600?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not negating this situation. That we around 600 maybe once every 6 months. Every 6 months, right? But
Adam, can you stop Brick Baby from doing what he gonna do on his phone?
No, he's his own man.
I can't stop the from responding and doing what you know.
But you should tell 600 if he play with Loose Cannon, cuz gonna die.
And it would later emerge that even Wack was
probably not the best thing to say on social media considering your current situation. But, you know, we see where Loose Cannon is now. We see where these kind of talks have gotten Loose Cannon. And, just, man, none of this aged well. Like, none of this aged well. All this definitely proved to be flammery, skullduggery, and larceny. All of this proved to be the fluence of the flammery, of the skullless of the duggery, of the larceny, because Loose Cannon is, by all definition of the word, an idiot, for sure. Like, he is a moron, but, you know, he tries. He tries. I think Loose Cannon tries his best with what he has, But in actuality, we know that Loose Cannon needs his phone confiscated immediately.
Confused as to why
my nigga Sweetie
Luce was panicking so much about Wack exposing Big U's murder case. Perhaps at that time, unaware of Luce's proximity to Big U's past crimes, but the panic had been spreading for quite some time. In an earlier podcast, when Brick was asked about Big U's murder investigation, after Wack texted in and claimed that Brick had told him about Big U's case first, he would also panic, walking off the podcast and refusing to talk about open murder cases.
Emergency bulletin. Wack 100 text me. Be fake as Brick, the one who told 600 first.
Who? About what?
About Big U's alleged body, maybe?
Huh?
I don't know.
Call Wack.
Man, that say whatever. I told 600 about an alleged body.
You got a pie? Wait, what did Brick tell? Wait, what did Brick tell 600?
June 23rd, 2023, when the police.
This is sick. This is sick. This is sick. This is sick. This whole everything is just absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
He's hit Brick Baby's house and you bailed him out. That nigga called 600 and told 600 they on Cuz bumper. Big U got some problems coming. Now, I don't think Brick Baby knew what the they was talking about, but he mentioned talking about some in Las Vegas. Nobody knew.
Man, he's a fool, cuz on the dead homies. I ain't called no. Hey, man, you said that I called him about somebody. Man, you's a fool, boy. On the dead homies. You sound crazy to the.
Months later in August, bro, we've been told this story years ago.
Why are you even talking? Why are you talking about something about a murder? How do a gangbanger get to talk about a murder on the big screen? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what part of that's cool to y'all?
Let me answer the question.
Now, that's the part about it that was always confusing to me when it comes to these dudes, because, yeah, how is a so-called gangster talking about these things on the big screen? These things are not meant for the big screen.
What? No, it ain't no. It's no. It's go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
If that's the case,
I
all
don't
you
even want to
motherfuckers
talk
up
about
there,
that.
what's on the internet?
What's on the internet? None of that's on the internet. What are you talking about? Don't nobody even want to talk about that type of shit. Because this is an argument that I'm willing to turn down right now and walk off screen. Like, what are you even talking about? Don't try to tie me into no police that you doing. You are doing police. You're talking about something. I ain't never said nothing about no DNA and all. Man, what the are you talking about? You see that this posted? The only way y'all know that is because you is the police, gang. Man, hell no. What are you even? How? I'm gonna tell him. I told him about the shit that he talking about right now.
Hold on.
Man, you done lost your mind, boy.
Okay, watch this.
So I don't even know who the person is. So how the I'm gonna tell you who it is? I've never met the person, didn't know the name.
Man, he said told 600 in private and Wack made sure it was public.
Don't know nothing about Ned around this. This talk about the family. You
600. Everybody be quiet. 600.
Bro, I'm not finna talk about, listen, I'm not talking about big, listen, Adam. I'm finna walk up, I'm not talking about no.
Wait, I just want to hear, let's hear what 600 says.
Y'all doing some shit, politics
about a murder in Vegas that we might be tied to.
All right, Breaks walking away.
There you go. Yeah,
Why would you want to talk about an open murder on camera, though? That's incredible. That makes sense for Brick Baby to walk away from the situation.
I don't know nothing about that. Like, I knew that kid. I never even knew he died till Brick Baby told me that.
The Brick and Loose podcast was a legendary moment for the fans that had been following this beef closely for the past couple of years. People couldn't believe that these long-running enemies were united and willing to sit down after all of this tension. The podcast did phenomenal numbers, but nobody could have prepared for what was about to come the next day, because something wasn't adding up. The beef between Wack and Loose Cannon didn't quite make sense until the very next day when the feds would close in, delivering a sweeping series of arrests that targeted over a dozen Rollin 60s members and affiliates, including Loose Cannon and Brick Baby. But for the time being, Big U would remain on the run after being tipped off by Wack in Clubhouse and podcast debates. And so as the days went by...
Now, here's the thing about that. If he was in fact tipped off by Wack, which you all saw that he was, how come Wack wasn't arrested for obstruction of justice to helping a federal fugitive? That's a pretty serious crime. Helping somebody who's on the run from the feds elude them is a pretty serious crime, which we now know is a federal crime. So why was Wack never picked up for that?
Handcuffs went on suspects and the criminal complaint emerged publicly, and soon the whole world would know the shocking details about the years-long conspiracy that took down one of LA's most infamous gangs. The years leading up to 2019, a crew named EBK, short for Everybody Killer.
All right, man. So Trap Lord Ross gave us some news we could use, man. So now we ain't finna get nobody's college. We finna get up out of here to the next one. Y'all can make sure to continue to stay kicking it with us, man. Y'all know how I go, though. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. Chat. We gonna just break this down piece by piece, man. Keith, you go ahead and check this whole thing out from the beginning, man. We just gave y'all a cool little almost 2 hours. The no jumper curse, man. The no jumper curse, man. The no jumper curse. No jumper curse. All right, let me see something.
Because y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Big Trapper.
I was with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Here it is. Okay. Boom.
Okay, not even being disrespectful. What you so worried?
Rick Rock, independent, up and coming, tried to be a rapper, get in the game like everybody.
Did he? Yeah, yo, he's right.
I never knew that. Oh, you know, he had a whole campaign like called Ain't No Bumping.
So why you don't? So, okay.
I never knew that Rick Rock had a whole campaign called Ain't No Bumping. That was new information to me. I never knew Rick Rock was on anything like that.
Hey, not even being
Kev Mack, what's the deal, man?
disrespectful. What you so worried about what's going on the west side of Slauson and Vernon and Crenshaw? What you so focused on that for when that was your campaign? But how is that your campaign and what you did this week? Fool, that ain't the same person.
The story about the bandana and the trash can is connected to his disdain.
The story that he swears to God didn't happen, but we all know it's true.
True. Yeah, I'm not here to slander anyone, but
So this is not here to slander anyone. This is not here to put anybody down. This is not here to promote gang violence. But Rick Rock, if I can get a mod in here, one of my mods, let me see where they are. Rick Rock was extremely adamant that he had never thrown away his blue bandana. You feel me? YOG Nick, and he was dissing YGs and Parus. I never knew that. Reg, I'm waiting on another mod because I know we need a younger mod to find me that clip of Rick Rock saying that he never threw away his blue bandana. He was like, well, then why it's not on camera? Why it's not on camera? I was like, that was interesting. That was a flammery, but let's keep on.
But the story that he went on the internet and swore didn't happen. It was like, it ain't no video, but we know how it go because you scrubbed the internet of it, and we all know what happened, and we all know you had the behind the scene calls. That's why we can't find it, because politics prevailed as they always do.
And that was motivated in general by, like, he was disappointed in the way, like, it ain't no bumping, Crip saying bumping and bowing down to this new wave. He was not, like, marking out on his Crip and, like, I'm scared of this. He was spacing, I'm fed up with this watered down version. He just over displayed, from artistic standpoint.
I get it.
But and I would have, he should have did that.
Nobody's bigger than the program.
And I weaponized it against him. It was me. I'm the one who did it, bro. Yeah, my mama.
Okay.
It was back then, but I did it in the coldest way ever. I didn't do it online. Eventually, I did it online, but the first time, shout out to Compton Rick Rock, is just historical, bro. The first time I mentioned Compton Rick Rock, we on a three-way with me, another nigga from Nutty Block, and some other niggas that's trying to mediate some shit with BG Knockout. I didn't really know Rick Rock at the time. And
now this is where the situation gets extremely flammerous. Hey, Pamela Queen 1017. If I give you my Instagram, can you please send me the link to where he said that didn't happen?
Rick Rock, we talking, we going back and forth. Without being very belligerent when Knockout name came up, because in my assessment, facts is he was doing whole shit. So I'm respecting everybody else who's on the phone, but every time they mention there should be some type of mutual concession. You gonna go? What? He could be big shit. And I'm putting extras on whole shit, big shit. I know it's irritating the niggas from nuts you. I'm doing it because it's a fact. So I remember Rick Rock, he was like, hey, homie, check it out, homie, you growing up and all that, homie. I'm just trying to get at you on some crib shit without fluctuating.
Now, hear it. I'm just trying to get at you on some crip-ish is what Rick Rock hits Spider-Loc with. And it's very interesting what Spider-Loc hits Rick Rock back with, because Spider-Loc doesn't seem like he's very receptive to Rick Rock's invitation or to his statements about, that fraternity. Now, this isn't intended to disrespect anybody. This isn't intended to, berate or belittle anybody. This is not bullying. There's a thing going around in our space where people feel like grown men are allowing other grown men to bully them. That's something interesting that we'll talk about at a later date, but this is not bullying. Here at TNN Trap News Network, we have love and respect for everybody, every creed, color, sexual preference, religious choice, so forth and so on. It's interesting with the entire 1-2 step like Sierra. Let's get back into it.
You growing up and all that, homie. I'm just trying to get at you on some crib shit without fluctuating my tone, without getting upset. I said, hey, homie, I just swore you the nigga I just saw. Because that nigga went through the roof. I believe it there because it went way.
Are you mad at me because you threw your bandana away? So taking it back to my point. I'm not even saying that
I'll cop the Rick Rock. Just as history.
I'm not even saying that his age, he should be outside going to hood days or performing. I'm not even saying anything like that. What I am saying is, you, as me looking at it, me speaking for myself, I'm looking at you and the things that you can teach about technology and how to make the space better. So that is incredible. Spider-Loc is adamant that Compton Rick Rock did, in fact, throw his blue bandana away. Now, I want to take it back to this particular interview with Compton Rick Rock. Let me see. Because it was the one when he cut his comments off. Let me see.
You're now watching
all the wizards.
We on our quest to 50,000 subs. We have for.
Let's see, because I think this is the one where he admits to throwing the blue, or saying that the blue bandana never got thrown.
I need y'all to continue to boost my subs, man, and hype my videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I've been seeing all the love, man. Y'all been taking me to the top, whether it's been love or it's been hate.
Man, get to the content. God, what's the name of it? Scrolly Face Valet Compton Rick Rock. Get to it. They want to.
Make sure you do so. Also hit that notification bell. I appreciate all the love. Compton Rick Rock. What was said to me? You didn't say no names. You was beating around the bush. You was throwing out all type of subs and stuff like that. But we all know what you were talking about.
My bad, chat. We gonna figure it out.
Or one of the people that you was talking about, and it was me. So congratulations. Acted. Never reacted, Compton Rick Rock, because I actually messed.
You never reacted because you wasn't doing no views. You wasn't doing no views back then. Ever since J Hood whooped your ass at the little no jumper, now you got views. So this is the perfect time to do it. Perfect time.
Yeah, this is the video where Compton Rick Rock says he didn't throw his blue bandana away. So we're gonna cross this one with the Spider-Loc video.
Thank you for sending these people my way. I love it. Continue.
Push your homies. I got love and respect for the nutties.
I got love and respect for your homies. I got a text from somebody very close to you that let me know you got that ass whooped over there. Let me get back to this one.
Them all my bros.
Oh, no. You don't know. You don't know. It gets real tricky. I'll let you go. See, this is why y'all gotta read, man. You gotta read, man. You'll get. Let's get back to it.
All the time. You want to try to make me comment, Compton Rick Rock? You're not none of that. You're the same person online that was on YouTube that threw your rag.
Here it is. Okay. Boom. Here it is. Okay.
In the trash. You threw your blue flag in the trash and said you were dumb.
Man, what the? If it was on YouTube, where the video at? See?
So this is from 3 days ago. This is chat. This is from 3 days ago. Hold on, man. We gotta get Spider-Loc on the phone. We gotta get Spider-Loc. Let's see if we can get SPI. Call SPI. Let me see. Call SL on speakerphone. We gotta get Spider-Loc on the phone. We got it. Let's see, because Spider-Loc, we was just hanging out today.
What it do?
Hey, Spider-Loc, man, Rich Trapper got you on live. Say what's up to the chat.
What it do? What it do? Good people.
Hey, man, so we had a great episode of Trap in the Box today.
Yeah, episode 1.
Episode 1, man.
I like it.
And I'm reacting to our first clip out. You already know which one I'm on. You already know.
Right.
I wanna play this audio for you real quick, if you don't mind.
All right.
Listen to this.
In person, online, are you an OG around? You get on this YouTube and you portray.
This is Spody Face talking. You can hear Rick Rock respond, and then I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
All right.
The streets like you some type of OG. Are you an OG Keyway? You're not none of that. You're the same person online that was on YouTube that threw your rag in the trash. You threw your blue flag in the trash and said you were dumb.
Man, what the? If it was on YouTube, where the video at? See? You got to have proof. That would have been all on the internet. Everybody would have seen that. How much all the people I didn't got into it with. I am one of the top guys on here that do this reaction stuff. Yeah, y'all remember, you following my blueprint now. You following Compton Rick Rock. I know exactly what to do to trigger you new guys to come on here. That would have been on here, man. You got to have facts. You keep on saying this is fact, but
so Spider, as we have just played the clip from our episode of Trap in the Box today, is it safe to say from you being the one in the conversation to expose Rick Rock to his homies for throwing a bandana that we might have a little bit of Cap and Rick Rock's rap?
No, it could be perfectly clear. It was a Compton Chris that directed me toward it. I did not alert Compton Rick Rock homies to it. What had actually taken place was I was in a conversation on the phone with Rick Rock about BG Knockout. This is years ago. This is how we first got to talking. Rick Rock wasn't even on the internet. And as he was trying to be a mediator between BG Knockout and myself, we had been on the phone for quite some time with a couple of other fellas. And he, out of nowhere, made a statement, was like, hey, man, you trying to talk all roared up, man. I'm just trying to get into some Crip shit. And I just calmly said, Crip shit, didn't I just see you on the internet throwing your blue rag in the trash? And he blew his socket and went ballistic over the phone. So that's how I let him know I had seen it. And I probably should have went and made, a permanent copy before I revealed to him that I was aware of it. Because, he quickly deleted it. But I don't bring this up to, oh shit, I heard him mention it recently.
Yeah, he mentioned we watching his video from 3 days ago. That's what I just played for you.
That's all. It's just historical fact. Our show is produced by the Black Box, and that is the facts over feelings, keeping the Google's on. And the truth is the truth. And just in his defense, it wasn't because no Crips had pumping, put their foot up his ass. He was kind of had a distaste and dissatisfied in just the level Crip had decreased to. And he just thought it was watered down and weak. And he was basically trying to make a statement like, man, I don't want to be a part of this new generation bullshit Crippin'. I think he went a little too far. And that's why he doesn't want to really stand on the fact that he did it. But hey, it is what it is.
All right, man. Well, look, I'm going to holler at you, man. New episode of Trap in the Box.
Check out Trap in the Box, episode 1 on Spider-Loc Black Box. Spider-Loc, my boy, Big Trap. We getting it in. That was our first episode. It won't be our last. It's only going to get better.
That's right.
My nigga.
All right, fool. So, with that being said, Spider-Loc is maintaining that not only did you throw your blue bandana away in a conversation where you guys had a conflict, he actually brought that up against you. So I'm not really sure where this statement's coming from Rick Rock. I'm not listening.
Let's get into it. So let's talk about Compton Rick Rock. How, like, you're not even no Crip. You're not even no Keyway. You walk around, you get on this YouTube and you portray to the streets like you some type of OG or you an OG Keyway. You're not none of that. You're the same person online that was on YouTube that threw your rag in the trash. You threw your blue flag in the trash and said you were dumb.
Man, what the? If it was on YouTube, where the video at? See?
And Spider-Lo kind of just gave us an answer for that, man. The video may have been scrubbed from the internet, but you know, this is not to promote gang violence. This is not to promote any type of bullying. These are just historical events that's happened within our space that we like to keep you guys updated on. Just historical events that we like to keep you guys updated on, man. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, this is all just for educational purposes. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Hold on.
And all that, you substitute for arguing with Spody Face, and I'm not gonna blame you for Spody Face's page being taken down because we all accountable for our own actions. But if
Wait. What page is taken down?
Spody Face page gone. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
You lie,
man.
Wait.
Right hand to it.
Which one of these say what the hell? I don't want to put my glasses on.
Right there.
This one?
Yep.
What the hell?
Spider-Lo, oh, you can't see without his glasses. What do you guys think so far about this 1-2 step like Sierra? You feel me? And for those of you guys who just came in, let me go ahead and run this back for y'all real quick because it is an interesting way to start this conversation.
Rick Rock, independent, up and coming, tried to be a rapper, get in the game like everybody.
Did he?
Yeah, he was a rapper.
I never knew that.
Oh, you know, he had a whole campaign like called Ain't No Bumping.
So why you don't, okay, not even being disrespectful, what you so worried about what's going on the west side of Slauson and Vernon and Crenshaw, what you so focused on that for when that was your campaign? But how is that your campaign and what you did this week? Fool, that ain't the same person.
The story about the bandana and the trash can is connected to his disdain.
The story that he swears to God didn't happen, but we all know it's true.
True. Yeah, I'm not here to slander anyone, but
the story that he went on the internet and swore didn't happen. It was like, it ain't no video, but we know how it go because you scrubbed the internet of it. And we all know it happened. And we all know you had the behind the scene calls. That's why we can't find it because politics prevailed as they always do.
And that was motivated in general by, like, he was disappointed in the way, like, it ain't no bumping, Crip saying bumping and bowing down to this new wave. He was not like marking out on his Crip and like, I'm scared of this. He was spacing, I'm fed up with this watered down version. He just over displayed, you know, from an artistic standpoint.
I get
it.
But you did that.
Yeah, and I would have, he should have did that.
Nobody's bigger than the program.
And I weaponized it against him. It was me. I'm the one who did it, bro. Yeah, my mama. Okay. We was back then, I did it in the coldest way ever. I didn't do it online. Eventually, I did it online, but the first time, shout out to Compton Rick Rock, is just historical, bro. The first time I mentioned Compton Rick Rock, we on a three-way with me, another nigga from Nutty Block, and some other niggas that's trying to mediate some shit with BG Knockout. I didn't really know Rick Rock at the time. And Rick Rock, we talking, we go back and forth without being very belligerent when Knockout name came up, because in my assessment, facts is he was doing whole shit. So I'm respecting everybody else who's on the phone, but every time they mention there's be some type of mutual concession,
you gonna go?
What? He did big shit and I'm putting extras on. Oh shit, big shit. I know it's irritating the niggas from Nutty. I'm doing it because it's a fact. So I remember Rick Rock, he was like, hey, homie, check it out, homie. You roaring up and all that, homie. Yeah, I'm just trying to get at you on some Crip shit. Without fluctuating my tone, without getting upset. I said, hey, homie, I just swore I just saw that nigga went through the roof. I believe it there because it went way.
Are you mad at me because you threw your bandana away? So taking it back to my point.
So there's that, man. There's that. And Spider-Lo will say that Rick Rock did in fact throw his blue bandana away. Now, this is not, anything to promote gang violence or gang banging or anything like this. This is a gang-free zone. This is a hate-free zone here at Trap News Network. We love everybody. So make sure that we continue to show love and respect to everybody. It's not intended to harm or bother anyone, but historically speaking, if we're talking facts, according to Spider-Lo, Rick Rock is not being 100% truthful with his dissertation about this blue bandana, and Spider-Lo is in fact maintaining that said blue bandana was thrown away by Compton Rick Rock. And if that is true, then, myself personally, I have no statements about it, but I would love to hear what the super extra tough people in the comments have to say about this level of flammery, skullduggery, and just a little bit of larceny. That all being said.
Hey, Carjack 100 here. If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's. I'm your transmission expert.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're going to make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not going to get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're going to keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We go.
Hi, I'm Whack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm ADAM22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Texas. It's dangerous. You think I'm outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. More than like us niggas up in gang 6. Missing with the bush and you get saved. More than like us niggas up in gang 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess some niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. More than like us niggas up in gang 6. Missing with the bush and you get saved. More than like us niggas up in gang 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboard. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Just made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Haters hella fake, I know we're enemies. Intention, I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. More than like us niggas up in gang 6. Missing with the bush and you get saved. More than like us niggas up in gang 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. More than like us niggas up in gang 6. Missing with the bush and you get saved. More than like us niggas up in gang 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
Cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap Music Network. I was with Rich Trapper. I fucks with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
The PCTV, yeah. We had a, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, that didn't work out, but yeah, man,
why that didn't work out over there? Who's the problem?
Body face like, man, I don't even want to talk about it.
They getting down to it, man. Who's the problem?
Listen, you messing with it. No, you messing
keep up with he can't do a monkey beat. He could do it too. I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, so listen. So they put me in a trick bag.
Yeah.
Young At, ODM Slim, and Spider. So ODM Slim, shout out to bro. ODM Slim getting into a Spider. These niggas calling me on live. I'm like, hello? Spider called me on live. Yeah, Spotty Face, you on live right now, man. Hey, I'm like, bro, man, I'm not about to go in there, man. I'm not about to do, I'm not in that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holler at me off the camera. So he getting mad at me for not collaborating his story against
cooperating
ODM Slim. But me, it's like, y'all two homies, bro. Y'all niggas work that out. I'm not doing the internet. Like at the end of the day, like we allies, bro. I'm not doing that. Like you see what I'm saying? But then it's like, not only you want me to hop on your live and go against Slim, which I have no dog in the fight. Slim actually telling the truth. He telling the truth. I mean, excuse me. Slim told it first. He was telling the truth. He get him to it.
Now the whole flu flam of the situation will come into, who do you want to believe, whether it be ODM Slim or Spider Loc in their situation as they have their debate and have their beef, you know what I'm saying? So all I can really say about that, I get involved with that one because I don't know, I wasn't there. That's all I maintain. I don't know, I wasn't there. I
cleared up about Ant, and it's like, I don't want to be in it. Ant, my nigga, but so he tried to put me in a trick bag like, oh, nigga, you taking up for a nigga from A-Trade Gangsters and da-da-da-da-da-da. That nigga, I'm like, bro, listen. First of all, at my bro, we not doing the whole neighborhood gangster thing for the simple fact is like, nigga, this is my bro. And I'm not going to lie on no other name.
Now, when it comes to this situation, it's not like it's a gang situation or a gang set of circumstances. So I'm not really sure, but sheesh, Spider Loc's not going to be happy when he sees this. That's what we know for sure.
Excuse me. Slim told it first. He was telling the truth. He get him to a Young Ant, and that's what Young Ant like. Nigga, if you really want to keep it a band, Spotty Face nigga march you out. Got up on you aggressive. So he tried to clear it up about Ant. And it's like, I don't want to be in it. Ant, my nigga. But so he tried to put me in a trick bag like, oh nigga, you taking up for a nigga from A-Trade Gangsters and da-da-da-da-da-da. That nigga, I'm like, bro, listen. First of all, at my bro, we not doing the whole neighborhood gangster thing for the simple fact is like, nigga, this is my bro. And I'm not going to lie on no other man, bro. He telling the truth. So you really getting mad at me for not collaborating.
You didn't even want to be in it.
I didn't want to be in it because it's like, if so.
Either way, you look bad.
I look bad. So
you on the internet now with it, so you for sure in it, Spotty Face.
If I say, yeah, Ant really telling the truth, now it look like I'm taking a nigga from A-Trade Gangster side over a nigga from neighborhood Crip. But then it's like, if I don't say it, it's like, act like, damn, bro, you was really, you know what happened. It's like, damn, you gonna go along with the lie? It's like, bro, I don't really want to be in that. But since now you mad at that I want to collaborate your story, nigga, you just took off like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he this. And it's like, nigga, Ant was telling the truth. Niggas, ODM was telling the truth. Nigga, you got more dope.
Damn.
Sheesh. All right. The content just keeps contenting, don't it?
You mark bro out.
All the way.
Hey, why you do him like that?
Because he a mark.
Wow.
Or somebody park.
Damn.
That's crazy, man.
That's not crazy, man. Man, you see them fight online, man. Let's not even do that. Man.
I mean,
sheesh. And the 1-2 step like Sierra just kind of continues, doesn't it? Golly.
He shout out to his coaches too, man. But he bunk. I don't even know how he's still a part of their organization over there, bro. You know what I mean? He talk online. He don't want to do nothing, and then he get into it. Everybody, it shows he has a pattern. You can't get along with nobody, bro. Everybody that you ever worked with, everything that you ever been a part with fell apart.
You know he just dissed back on Fig.
He probably did. I wouldn't
Spider. Nah. He reacted to the
Wait, I didn't think he dissed back on Fig, did he?
episode when Smack was talking about it. He reacted to it.
Yeah, he gonna run this content too. Say, oh man, the nigga from Folders up there with the Hoovers and all that. I don't, man.
My nigga Flo, rest in peace, man. He loves Spider, so you feel me? It's always been with me. It's always been solid. My nigga Flo, rest in peace. Whole brother.
Yeah.
Whole brother. He was part of. They was part of the GU.
The GUCs.
No, they was G Unit Crip, nigga, Baymack, nigga, all that shit. You feel me?
So
my
you
nigga
protect the Spider.
Who?
Rest in peace to Ho's brother for sure.
You.
I mean, I ain't never gonna speak bad on Cut
because y'all know what it is.
TNA Trap News Network. I was with Rich Trapper. I was with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Like, he gotta bring me up, you know what I mean? Bring me up an awful lot, but you know, I'm gonna tap on that a little bit. But before we get into it, let me tell y'all how to get some free cash. Free cash playing games. Look, baby be walking up a lot, so much, and all this, that, right? So yeah, so you know, since my departure, you know, like he gonna keep it going with my name and his D suckers or whatever. But some piqued my interest. This ain't gonna be no super long video. I'm about to just run through some clips, and this being the first one. All right, go ahead.
The Uber up here, bro.
No, he doesn't.
That's a fact.
No.
Bet.
Stop talking about that.
Hey, Adam was hot. So when Wack kept bringing up Munchie B getting up there in the Uber, he did not care for that.
It's a fact.
It's just I hate when you talk about like people getting hurt up here, people getting.
I'm not saying that.
But why you keep saying the Uber thing?
Because
A, it's not true, and B, it makes it sound like you're asking for something to happen here. I see who brings up every fucking week. I know. So I'm here. You're not here.
Oh,
I'm here. You're not here.
Adam,
no, you're not.
I'm here.
Stop fucking saying that.
I'm here.
I don't appreciate you saying that.
I'm here.
No, you're not, and I don't appreciate you
so
saying that.
So you saying he
shit.
never took Uber?
Maybe it happened once, but I don't appreciate you talking about like you could get somebody touched out here.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that shit.
Hey, Adam, for one, you run this building, bro.
Yes.
You don't run these streets.
Every single time I ever
You
seen
don't run these
Munchie
streets?
here, he had somebody with him that was obviously there.
The other day, he had to call the bitch to come. What you mean? You talking about? This is a fact. His stupid ass nigga too loud on the mic. So why you don't got the same energy when you say, hey, look, bro, not for nothing. Wack older than you. He got a lot of reach. And we live?
Now, I don't think that Adam was wrong when he got on Wack for doing this because Munchie B is his employee. And should somebody come and do something to Munchie B because Wack is dropping these doxing style of content, being a doxicist, it would be extremely bad for ADAM22. So I'm not really upset with him at all for going out the way he's going at it.
So won't y'all chill out on that shit for he fuck around and take it a certain way? You don't say that.
I tell Munchie all the
how
time
many
to stop
times,
talking
Lil
about
John, have I stopped the homies?
Man, your homies ain't gonna do that. Shut up. You ain't even got no homies like that.
Told him no. I respect Adam building, so don't come at me, bro.
Stop.
No, when you gonna tell them to stop?
What are they doing? They're just talking about you, right? And I do tell them to stop, like every time.
Well, I'm just talking about him.
Okay, and they talk, but I don't
like telling somebody that they too loud on the mic is filthy, ain't it?
I don't like you talking about this, like my building, as if this is a place where I could make something happen
building?
or whatever. I don't appreciate.
Uber has nothing to do with your building.
Yeah,
it has something to do with the street.
The reason why you're saying that is because you're trying to make it seem like something could happen to Munchie here. I don't appreciate it. Stop.
Bro, listen.
Hey, listen.
Stop. Hold on.
Stop.
So when are you gonna?
Hey, stop. He's talking to Wack like he's a child.
Let him stop.
I do every fucking time that your name comes up. I tell him to chill out and stop talking about
you. You made him say, Wack, you can't call in here, and then they really ran it up.
Okay. I tell them that I don't want to talk about you, and I would appreciate if you didn't do this weird gay mob boss thing talking about him coming here in an Uber, all right?
I mean, listen, shit. I mean, you know, more about it than that. We don't got it.
That's cool. Just shut up about it. Just don't talk about it on my
Okay,
podcast.
but you got to tell them to shut up about it.
I do every time. How many times do we have to repeat this conversation? I feel like I'm walking in circles here.
You know, I'm not from South Central.
Everybody knows you from the Valley.
I'm from 4 miles down that street. I don't got to
So my kids don't argue this way. Yeah, my kids don't argue this way. Like, I don't even talk to my children this way. The fact that a grown man is talking to another grown man like this is absolutely barbaricals.
I don't appreciate you geotagging us either right there.
Man, what the f are you talking about? You have Travis. You had Travis Scott.
Just stop. Just don't talk about where we're at.
Whatever.
Don't talk about it like you could get something to happen here. Because
Travis Ford, no Scott.
I know you're not going to do that, and I don't appreciate you.
Let's get to where Munchie B. Let's take Munchie B's take on this. Here, because we're here for Munchie B's sake.
All right, first thing first, bro. Me taking the Uber up there, okay? Okay, if I came in an Uber, then what's gonna happen, right?
You see why I said I'm sick of the 50 and up crowd?
Which I be accompanied with people or a person, and if I did catch an Uber, what's gonna happen? Nothing, right? Okay, keep saying you not from LA, you from the Valley, 4X's down. So what's wrong with the freeway blocked or something? What's going on?
What's wrong with your homies? The freeway blocked. They don't got no gas money. They can't get there.
And sir, I've been on live for 4 hours straight, at least once a week for 3 years. I don't want to hear that shit. And lastly, this man looks off camera. Hey, Lil John, how many times have I stopped the homies from coming up here? And Lil John respond, a lot. Man, bullshit, bro. Bullshit. If you don't smell it, it's bullshit. Look, bro. All right, since I'm on the subject of Lil John. Now, let's make sense of this.
The dude, Lil John, is going to put himself in a twist dealing with Wack.
If it's Lush, Spotty Face, Adam, J Hood, and myself, we on camera, candy camera for the world to see. Everybody can see it. On top of that, me and him had conversations leading up to this, and he let it be known, man, that's Damo business, and we got an understanding. Okay, boom.
Wait, who?
We on camera, candy camera for the world to see. Everybody can see it. On top of that, me and him had conversations leading up to
who? I'm trying to figure out who is he?
Man, bullshit, bro. Bullshit. If you don't smell it, it's bullshit. Look, bro. All right, since I'm on the subject of Lil John. Now, let's make sense of this.
I thought Lil John was a blood.
If it's Lush, Spotty Face, Adam, J Hood, and myself, we on camera, candy camera for the world to see. Everybody can see it. On top of that, me and him had conversations leading up to this, and he let it be known, man, that's Damo business, and we got an understanding. Okay, boom. Why would I be scared to bring Wack name up? Okay, other side of the coin. I'm in the trenches around 1 million gangbangers. It's weapons around, alcohol in play, and no police. And me and Lil John get into this exchange, and I say,
now, is this snitching? Is this snitching? Because you just admitted to it being weapons around, big dog, and you was caught earlier last week on camera with a weapon, and then you just beat a weapons charge. So I'm just trying to figure out why you might continue to say these things. Munchie's flabbergasted or exasperated. Nigga, I'm flabbergasted.
well, if you rocking with Wack, fuck you, fuck Wack, and fuck whoever fuck with him. And I said this to this man's face, where space and opportunity, no law enforcement, no J. Reed beating that happened prior, so ain't nothing worried about no cameras being, none of that. So if I said, fuck you, fuck Wack, and fuck whoever fuck with him,
in front of your man's face, Lil John, the one you saying, have I stopped the homie? Man,
In the state of California, a felon can't have a weapon at all. So it doesn't have to be limited to guns. In the state of California, you cannot have a weapon at all if you are a felon, including a knife, if I understand correctly. But whenever in doubt, let's learn something real quick. Trap GPT, I need you to give me a direct, short answer to the point like I'm 2 years old. In the state of California, if you're a felon, what type of weapon are you allowed to have? Or are you not allowed to have any weapons at all?
If you're a felon in California, you can't legally have any weapons at all. No guns, no other weapons. It's completely prohibited.
What are a list of other weapons that would be considered contraband outside of firearms?
In California, felons are also banned from possessing things like stun guns, tasers, brass knuckles, certain knives like switchblades, batons, billy clubs, nunchaku, and even things like metal knuckles. Basically, anything that's classified as a weapon or could be used to cause serious harm is off limits.
So basically, if somebody who is a felon is admitting on camera on a YouTube platform that they were somewhere and they were able to get into a physical conflict and there were weapons around, would that be pretty detrimental to their own ability to stay free?
Yeah, it could be a big problem. If a felon even admits to being around weapons, let alone involved in a conflict, it could lead to legal trouble. That kind of self-incrimination can definitely risk their freedom.
So that's why I just be confused on why people keep saying things on the internet. That's just why I be confused.
Shut up, bro. You sound stupid. If I said fuck you and all that shit in front of him, why would I be scared to say it in front of the world on camera and shit? And that's basically PC'd up in front of camera. Like that ain't nothing. Like you feel safe right there. It just don't make no sense, bro. But I just want y'all to pay attention how he looked off camera and said, Lil John, how many times have I stopped the homies? And Lil John responded back. And all right, next video.
Right here, look. This came up. Look, he's not in LA County, Orange County. 3 Los Angeles County men and teenagers were arrested after police suspect.
I'm getting a call from someone that I was not expecting to call.
Who's that?
Hey, 22.
Yo.
Hey, I know whack boy Lil John right there. Tell him, get on camera, put it on Paru. He pressed me at that part.
Put that on Inglewood Family. Your mama don't suck a big dick.
Hey, see, that's what
your mama, your throat ass mama, bitch ass nigga. Stop mentioning the homie name on the internet. That's what got your ass pressed the first time.
Wait, what?
Be blind and stay in the dark and leave us alone, little nigga.
What was that?
All right.
What happened?
He throwing information out there shouldn't be out there. He got pressed. You know, but
once he got pressed,
yeah, that's off camera shit, right? So 3 Los Angeles County men and a teenager were arrested.
Information do you have for us?
Right here, look. This came up. Look, he's not in LA.
Off camera shit, nah.
Yeah, I don't think that much to be really got pressed because if it happened, I feel like Wack would be super happy to talk about it. So I think that Lil John probably did get marked out, but probably still not a story for the internet, I would say.
Lil John was right there when I called. I called because I knew he was right there. I said, Lil John, put that on Pyro, you pressed me. He was quiet as a church mouse.
Lil John was quiet as a church mouse.
But Wack get to talk about some, didn't no stop the homies. Like, yeah. Man, shut your ye ass up. You ain't stop shit. You ain't stop shit because you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. That incident I caught in about and I said, hey, nigga, tell him to put it on Pyro, he pressed me. I seen him after that. I remember the exact day. It was May 2nd. Shout out to Bloodstone Village, nigga, V's, nigga. He was in the same space as me, but this time we didn't speak at all. But, you know, Lil John sees me all the time. You ain't nobody stopping.
It seemed like if you seen him all the time, you would have got up on him. I would imagine you would have did something to him.
Nothing. Stop. Man, look, this is the question I got. Why are you stopping anything, man? I done disrespected you. That bitch you call a queen.
I mean, you seen him after that and nothing happened. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to do anything to anybody, in my opinion.
Are crazy about your dead brother.
Called you a snitch. Hey,
Called his mama a yoker.
called you gay. Why would you stop anybody from doing anything? Oh, you have no incentive to do that, bro. But you know. And another thing, I heard the boy Creep. He was on the news. The person that bring nothing to no jumper, Creep was on the news, and they talking about me and the incident with Vail. You know what I'm saying, with the phone shit and the gun being exposed, and you know what Creep? Oh yeah, man, he shouldn't be slipping up. Hey, look, Creep, look, listen, sir.
Munchie B just admitted to having a gun. Munchie B just admitted to having a gun. Goodness gracious.
Vail, you know what I'm saying, with the phone shit and the gun being exposed, and
You were saying something that looked like a firearm. Now you just said a gun being exposed. Oh, y'all love telling yourselves on the internet, don't y'all? Listen to this.
the person that bring nothing to no jumper, Creep was on the news, and they talking about me and the incident with Vail. You know what I'm saying, with the phone shit and the gun being exposed, and you know.
At this point, I think y'all niggas just like jail.
What Creep? Oh yeah, man, he shouldn't be slipping up. Hey, look, Creep, look, listen, sir.
Just get emotional, start talking too much all on the internet.
I'm gonna put you up on some game, bro, because you from Ontario. First of all, don't speak at me, bro, because you from some shit called 4th Street Hustlers, bro. From around my parts, we don't do hustlers, bro. Nigga, all we gotta do is hear hustler crip and it's off with your head, bro. You shouldn't even be speaking up on me, bro, on the dead homies. You don't know because you from Ontario and y'all
the Munchie B just bang on Creep.
Politics might be a little different, but from around my parts, nigga, beat your ass, bro. Fuck you talking about what I should and shouldn't be doing, nigga. You from Ontario, hustler, crip or something, bro. You shut the fuck up. Everybody thought you was from Paru because you be with Third, fucking Cuban Rob and Lil John, and they thought you was a Paru because you were around the rest of them, nigga. They didn't even know you gangbang.
And you a Crip, and your name is Creep spelled with a K. So that was weird.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. But back to this nigga Wack being a liar. As if recently Blueface had a fight, then nobody get paid. Nobody, not even the trainer. Trainer like, I'm about to sue. But Wack saying, oh, he should have held out a little longer because, you know, the wire just hit the line. They're about to release the money. But he's a liar. Now watch this. Go ahead.
I believe Wack got paid. I think he's ran off with the bag.
Probably what you're thinking right now is like, geez Louise, I didn't want to be a part of this. I'm just a
You see that?
I'm just a Russian guy.
What did it say?
Also on brand risks, got the settlement agreements back from Aiden's attorneys. They just have a standard provision of confidentiality and non-disparagement that applies to you, Blueface, and brand risk, etc. You
bitch ass nigga. Like the fuck, I ain't gotta lie about nothing.
So the money is coming soon.
No, it's already en route.
What's en route mean? Like
It's en route. Like I didn't sign it. They gonna release. They release. So that's on him. Stupid motherfucker.
Man.
Blame Adam. I would have never known.
Don't blame Adam.
I would have never known. So what I'm gonna do when the money comes, I'm gonna take the 12.5, take it to my attorneys. They'll place it in their legal escrow account.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tag it, and we'll.
It's crazy that you can't take it to your attorneys because your attorneys are suing you right now because you owe them money.
Wait for his lawsuit.
That's bad.
And maybe
He said he's not gonna sue.
And maybe
that's bad business. That's bad business.
That's the worst business.
Man, he trained your artist. He trained your artist for X amount of time. He even flew to Miami with him. You know what I'm saying? Your artists do bad business, saying disparaging things about the company or business, whatever you want to call it, the entity y'all fought under. You didn't wear the
fight brand
with the bags that's supposed to go on the shorts. There's a couple of things you breached contract on, and on top of that, he went and said defamatory things like they cheating or whatever. So it's a money battle. Now right here, you saying that it just hit the wire. You know what I'm saying? It's en route. You already signed for the money, and this was months ago. But as of recently, Blueface did an interview with ADAM22. And let's see what he said. All right, go ahead.
and pick a side. At the end of the day, it's my event, right? This person's here for my event. This person's here.
I think that it's unfortunate that Blueface didn't get paid. I think that his situation is definitely a flu flam. If Adam got paid, Blueface for sure should get paid. The Ray J situation, different. But I'm sorry, the Ray J situation, different. Blueface, he deserves it.
For my event. Why if I'm, business. This is business, bro. It's just common sense, bro. That doesn't make sense.
Did you get paid for that fight?
Nope.
Nothing.
Still hasn't came to me.
Are you guys going back and forth?
Yeah.
So Wack said that the money already came in, but Blueface is saying nothing came to me. But Wack said that the wire just landed. So did Wack take Blueface's money?
Yeah, they're doing their negotiating and whatnot, but
okay.
Here it is, another event, bro. I'm telling you, bro. When you don't do things correctly from jump, it's a downhill effect.
Do you think you fucked up by not putting the Rainbow logo on your shorts, which they?
Hey, look, man. Long story shorter, nobody got paid, man. Wack didn't get paid. Blueface didn't get paid. The trainer didn't get paid. Nobody got paid.
That's a lot of people out of Chile.
Hey, look.
Wack, Blueface, and the trainer didn't get paid. Yeah, that's 3 people missing the biz ass.
Yo, John, stop letting this man yell your name off camera and you respond back stupid shit because that's a lie. Ain't nobody stopping nobody from doing nothing. I would give a fuck if I called a taxi or Uber or a bus. You ain't gonna do shit.
But it makes you wonder if somebody says something to Munchie B about Lil Jon, because how after this conflict you've seen him 2 or 3 times and there's never been another conflict.
And then you say, "Oh, he had to call the bitch up there for a ride. He was talking too loud on the mic. For one, she ain't no bitch. For 2, I was loud. Look at the last Tuesday show I was on. I said, "Hey, could somebody open the door for baby?" Evidently, they didn't hear the door knock at the lobby. Can somebody open the door for her? Well, what are you talking about? Call for a ride? You gotta open and close the door and get back in, idiot. But hey, man, hey, creep, shut up talking to me, bro. Because in reality, bro, if you was caught in my jurisdiction, we'll beat your ass, bro. We don't do hustler crib, nigga, none. It's about some 4G hustler crib. You don't even know you out here.
Creep is for sure going to make more content about Munchie B.
LA moving around, nigga, beat the fuck out you, bro. The homies put belt to ass, nigga. Leather belts, designer belts. Yeah, stop playing, weird ass, nigga. On bloods, nigga. Whatever. But
Designer BTA is crazy.
Yep, that's a wrap. This nigga's a capper. This nigga's an actor, and this nigga be lying, man. Ain't no money came, nigga. You let a gay Jew, a gay white boy Jew, debo you, nigga, out of a couple $100,000.
Sheesh. We finna get up out of here for that one. It's a flu flat my foot. Make sure y'all follow Munchie B if you want to hear more of that type of content.
Hey, Carjack 100 here. If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's. I'm your transmission expert.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're going to make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not going to get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're going to keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We go.
Hi, I'm Wack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm ADAM22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Texas. It's dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bush and you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke. I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K. I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Nothing. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. Said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bush and you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboard. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Just made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Hands is hella fake, I know what enemies intention. I let it go until it click if I'm an aim. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bush and you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Busy with the bush and you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
Cause y'all know what it is.
CNN Trappers Network. I was with Big Trapper. I was with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Well, for those of y'all just joining us, man, I was about to jump into the Adam and Wax show, but Young and Hefe has just called in from the jail, and he got some messages that he wants to be delivered to the streets. Alex Alonso, tell Angie Smalls to stay away from my court dates. Let's jump into this content.
Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification, this call is being recorded. I'm going to bring you now. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? What's hot topics with your boy Young and Hefe? And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of hot topics is my boy, man, Alex Alonso, and whoever this lady is named Angie Smalls or something like that. I don't even know if I got the name right, but if I don't, through the content, we correct what needs to be corrected. So, however, I had a court date the other day, the day before yesterday, today's Saturday, had a court date on Friday. And I guess since this case, has taken to the media or whatever, people have been sticking their nose in my business and deciding to, come in on my court date and stuff like that. So I'm talking to one of my supporters, and or people today, and they, hit me to, Alex Alonso interviewing some lady that stopped by court and came to my court date. And once I got a hold of this audio, and or video, and got to listening to it, straight lies. So this lady, first of all, comes to the court and tells the bailiff,
Jason, what's the deal, fool?
that she's a supporter of mine, to try to get in the courtroom. And then on top of that, she said that she sees somebody in the hallway that had my name in their mouth, and she knew that this person came to court for me. Now, however, everything this lady is saying was lies, except for the actual court date that I have to go to court. So now I see when I go back to court, I'm going to have to tell my lawyer, to put in a motion, to make sure that ain't no reporters or, nobody from the media that doesn't belong in that courtroom is snooping around, for information.
Now, I wonder if that is something that can actually happen. Let me see something real quick. Trap GPT, are you there?
Loud and clear. What's on your mind right now?
Quick question. I need you to be straight, direct to the point, like I'm a 5-year-old. If somebody is in court, somebody's in jail, and let's say they go to court, and I believe they're in jail in Los Angeles for felony murder or something of that case, if there's media at the if there's media at the court case, can the person that's incarcerated that goes to jail, that goes to court from incarceration, put in a motion with his lawyer to stop people or media from coming to the court date?
In short, they can't just block the media from showing up. Courtrooms are generally public. However, their lawyer can request certain restrictions like limited cameras or ask for specific privacy measures. But stopping all media outright is rare.
So if somebody came in as media and then they went back and they reported information wrong from the court date, would that be able to stop anybody from coming, or is that just kind of what goes with the media?
If media reports something wrong, that doesn't automatically block future media access. Courts are usually public by principle. If something is seriously inaccurate and harmful, though, the lawyer can ask the judge for more careful controls, like clarifying what can or can't be recorded. But media access isn't typically restricted just because of one bad report.
So basically, the person who's in jail can't stop anybody from coming. Or can they stop that person individually from coming?
No, not on an individual basis. Unless there's a legal reason, like a restraining order or a specific court order, they can't just block a particular person. The judge controls who's allowed in, and usually, court is open to the public and media.
Damn. Okay.
Going back to their blog sites, loading up lies in or just loading up stuff pertaining to me. I don't care about none of this fake fame.
You're alive.
None of this stuff that's going on the internet. This case should never even hit, the internet. Only because me being a public figure is why this is in the internet. But we about to play this audio in or, sit down that Alex had with this lady, and y'all already know, man, it's the halfway to half effect. We're going to commentate. This call is being recorded.
Hey.
Angie Smalls, who went
All right, so y'all can go watch the Street TV to hear how that went, and then I just want to get back to what Young Adam.
People, man, it's your boy Young Adam. Y'all already know what time it is, man. So, seem like a lot of these, your name, what mom is,
I think whoever edited Ed's video didn't do a great edit with this one, but let's see.
school that got banned, from his hood, for speaking on Petey Wack from 60s. I'm like, man.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely conflicting two different. Whoever's doing Young Ant's video unfortunately put in the wrong clip. Let me see. Okay, so I'm not gonna continue on with this audio because whoever's doing Young Ant's content has uploaded the wrong audio after the Angie Smalls Alex Alonso situation, and they uploaded the Petey Wax situation. Okay, yeah, so this has nothing to do with what we're actually talking about. So we're going to wait for whoever, if somebody can get in contact with Young Ant's people and let them know that they did not upload the rest of the correct conversation to the YouTube. We'd appreciate it, and we'll be back for that. But that's what we have so far. We do know that Young Ant is not happy with Alex Alonso's representative, Angie Smalls, and we're not really 100% sure why, but we do know that there is a tension there. Keep you guys updated as the story more continue to develop. Chat, y'all saying kick it. You already know the deal. Yeah.
Hey, Carjack 100 here. If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's. I'm your transmission expert.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're going to make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not going to get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're going to keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm Whack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm ADAM22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Jackson. It's dangerous. Can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. Can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. The nigga ball like game 6. The nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from 18. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in gang 6. Miss it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in gang 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke. I never let him hold it. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K. I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess some niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's never outside.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta keep the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game. To myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Just made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Friends is hella fake, I know what enemies intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm an aim. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta keep the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
Cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
I fucks with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Shout to Live Bites and everything going on. Who is this? Damn. Is this the Shay? The Shay always got something going on. Anyway, it apparently, after the knockout of Ray J is in the hospital, and Ray J started streaming from the hospital where he started to make some very bold claims. Listen to Ray J in the hospital, and he live streamed from the hospital. Check out what he said.
We told you your heart is not gonna hold up there for too long, bro. We told you that, bro. You just wanted to do it for the how do you say it, for the thrill of it. You like the thrill way more than yourself, bro. Come on, man.
All right, well, you know what? We'll come back to this. Let's see. My man, hey, if it's not at the 1 hour and 57 minute mark, we're gonna put you out the chat, bro. We're gonna put you out the chat. So let's see.
Well, yeah, 4 years older than you.
And that's damn back.
That's what I'm saying. We was thugging in his heart. East Coast niggas, these niggas was real life. I'm talking about going
I was
crazy.
just looking through my timeline a few days ago. I came across the Rich Trapper dude. I guess he did a podcast with.
See, here goes the thing about these dudes. I came across the Rich Trapper dude and blah, 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 blah. Smack started off as a fan. Now, when it's in the situation of the Flu Flammery and the Skullduggery and the larceny, everybody in my chat remembers how happy Smack was to be a fan of Trap News Network. How happy Smack was to be a fan of Trap News Network. Smack, this guy right here on the biggest West Coast platform, has a hard time keeping my muscatool out of his mouth. Chill out, Muska, Missy. Smack was a mod after asking to be a mod. Wasn't he a mod? Facts. After asking to be a mod, Smack was a fan. So why my man sits up here every day with this $37 worth of apparel on, talking about me with a moissanite back on fig chain? Not sure, but let's see what happens.
Spider Loc.
Oh, okay. What happened?
He talking shit. I don't give a fuck though. Like
What'd he say?
I don't know. Don't give a fuck. But,
You brought it up, bitch.
Hey, you brought it up. It says you watch it. Now you don't know. But you know what? This is why we believe Smack. What else do you expect out of a grown man almost pushing 40 that's been getting an SSI check his entire life?
So
no, the reason I brought it up because I wasn't even worried about him. Fuck him. But Spider Loc said, like, I don't know what's up with Smack. It's like, you don't fuck with me. What makes you think I don't fuck with you? I'm the one brought you to back on Fig.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about, yeah, we in a group text and all that. Terrell get back at me. I don't see no group text. I ain't never got no group text. You must got somebody else in the group text. That's why they ain't responding. But I ain't no group text, nigga.
They got Smack old number.
Yeah, stop playing with that nigga, man.
I'm not in a group text with him.
That's messed up, bro.
I'm in a group text with you and him?
Yes.
Have I ever commented it?
No, you haven't. Why we?
Since you want to go there, that nigga was dissing the set, nigga. Nigga what fucking talk about?
Look, why we haven't came?
Because he was dissing the set in them DM. Nigga what fucking talk about, nigga. Since you want to go there, that nigga was...
Oh, so they saying that Spider Loc can't go on back on Fig because he was dissing the Hoovers is what Smack is saying. Got it.
Dissing the set, nigga, in that motherfucking DM, nigga. That's why you want to get too messy, let's get messy.
Yes.
Was he or not?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
All right.
Now, whatever this DM is, I'm not a part of. I have no idea. I don't know anything about these DMs, but whatever, I'm assuming that they know about him. I don't know.
Nigga. So and then we canceled Christmas on him after that. So you can keep faking with him doing all that, telling him, he told me, I text Terrell and Smack. Terrell get back every time I gotta holler at Smack. All of a sudden, he gotta holler at me. All of a sudden, he gotta holler at me. Hey, like he cool.
Say so.
Hey, he cool. Spider Loc, I fuck with you, but once that nigga showed them DMs and you was disrespecting the set, it's like, why would I come to you?
I mean, because Spider Loc is a good guy. You feel me? I fuck with bro. You feel me? And I feel like he's really real intelligent, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows a lot about a lot of things. He can indulge in a lot of topics.
So y'all made me stop my video on academics to talk about this. I mean, chat, I'm here to give y'all what y'all need. I'm here to give y'all what y'all want, but we stopped the video on academics to talk about this. This is what we stopped to talk about? Okay.
You feel me? If he wanted to.
Shout out to T-Row, though.
You feel me? He can articulate himself very... Yeah.
Posted bill. That's what the chat said.
Man, we'll get to that if he did. You know what I'm saying? But...
Hey, what?
And posted bill, but I don't know.
Listen, shout out my nigga and A-Trey Gangsters, 3rd Street 80. Show, that's the text. Nigga, this nigga in there. Whoop, wop, whoop, wop. Like... And then, like, you want me to come to your podcast, you dissing the set, like, that's out.
Yeah, so Ant is our nigga, you feel me? And I guess, loyalty is loyalty, you feel me? He wouldn't lie, you feel me? He really stand on business about a lot of things that he
showed
do.
Us.
He definitely showed us, man. Ant been a stand-up guy here.
Right.
Misses and stuff like that.
Me
you know
neither.
what
I don't do no whack out. Like, that shit is ancient and weak, man. I ain't a family from East Coast.
Every day, nigga, on my mama. But like the tight diss.
Who around?
You. So that's why I'm not coming, because I respect you. Without like coming on your platform.
Great situation to go to.
You did it when you were trying to get off the ground?
No, I did it. I didn't. I wasn't interviewed, nigga.
Did I miss it? I don't think that I care, honestly. Like, I guess we'll play, but I don't think that I care. Like, it's a lot of things in life that I care about, but I'm starting to give about niggas like Smack a little bit less and less every single day. This man is sitting here on a show where he getting all this chili in a pair of classic shell toes Adidas that clearly have stretch marks. Right. How they leaning? Like, this is the level of poverty that I can't continue to associate myself with. This is a level of disgust that I can't continue to associate myself with. This is a level of lack of ability and a lack of finance that I cannot continue to associate myself with. This is probably my last time discussing insufficient funds, big dog. This is probably my last time.
You untake me from the mod and everything. Like,
oh, here we go.
I feel like he beefing with
I
you.
don't know. If you prove it, nigga, I quit doing back on Fig. I mean, talking about I ain't gonna be going at it with a nigga on SSI.
All right, here we go.
I look at it like this. As far as Spider Loc go, I don't got no problem with him. Shit, he from neighborhood, and that's just how they talk. You know me? But yeah, I have, and I still do. Shout out to Spider Loc. But as far as us coming over there now, that's out. It's over with.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why Spider Loc, you probably never knew that. Niggas just didn't say nothing.
Because it be behind the scenes.
It don't matter. Yeah, don't just, I don't do it behind the scenes. I don't do that. That shit's just cornball shit coming on your platform. Like,
you talking like this.
Over there. and now I'm sitting there with you. And I know in the back of my head what the fuck I just seen. I look like a bitch ass nigga. Man, come on, bro. I'm too gangster for that shit, my nigga. I'm too gangster for it. I fuck with
you. Too gangster for YouTube. It's getting spicy, my boy. Shout out to Two Gangster for YouTube.
You as an individual, when I see you, it's still love. What's the deal? But I'm cool. Enjoy your podcast. Get your chili, my nigga. I'm cool. And for that nigga Rich Trapper, nigga, fuck him, nigga. I ain't never did nothing to your bitch ass, nigga. For you to even not like me, talking about I ain't gonna be going at it with a nigga on SSI. Prove that I'm on SSI, bitch. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be going off the narratives and the clout, my nigga. Prove it.
You said you was on SSI. You said that. What you mad at me for? Because you admitted to being in resource classes, needing extra help at school, even though you never finished school, and being a fucking 6-year senior, being on SSI. You said this. You made poverty popular, bro. You made poverty popular. You're mad at me because you projected your poverty into make it popular. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. You play those closet Buffalo Exchange shopping ass nigga. My first piece of designer came from the thrift store. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. What are you talking about?
If you prove it, nigga, I quit doing back on Fig.
To go get an SSI check?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he talking about I don't have baby with no nigga with SSI. Bitch,
Why he feel like he beefing with you?
I don't know what his problem is. You're cool though. All of a sudden, here's usually the other way around. You're cool though.
Fuck T-Rail. I fuck with Smack though.
Like, you're cool. Like, nigga, I ain't never did nothing to your bitch ass, my nigga. Nigga, I done seen you downtown filming. We filming, nigga. I got cameramans walking with me. Your bitch ass right there with me. I ain't never did nothing to you.
Why I gotta be all that? Why I gotta be all that? How many names a lot? He out here talking a lot. Look, the Drake.
All of a sudden, I get in your chat, nigga. You untake me from the mod and everything. Like,
that's what it is. Niggas is mad because they're not mods in my chat. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. That's why this nigga is hot, ready to off his SSI check. Because I took him off of being a mod. I didn't know that little old me having his YouTube channel will make so many niggas mad. Bro, that's the 4th nigga to want to fight me about being a mod. Bro, that is the 4th nigga to actually want to fight me about being a moderator. Why are you niggas? Stan, try to understand that I do want you as a fan. Goodness gracious, it's getting spicy, my boy. Not the nigga over there on, not Big Dog back on Fig Smack. Mad at little old me because I took his way as moderator range. That's why you mad? That's why you hot? That's why you upset? Because you ain't a moderator? Damn.
that's some hoe ass kid shit, my nigga. When they had allegations on your hoe ass, nigga, I didn't get involved in that shit. You still my nigga. I brought you here. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas I bring here always want to turn on a nigga, and I brought you here.
I remember he came.
Motherfuckers is weird, my nigga. But you know, shout out to Rich Trapper. Get your chili, my nigga. You ain't gotta fuck with me. Niggas see me in the streets, act like you don't know me, nigga. For real.
Well, I was never in the SSI class or the resource class or in the SSI line. So outside of this podcasting space, considering the fact that if we were ever to go to school together, I was in AP honor magnet classes. Me and you probably would have never even seen each other, brother. You went to lunch after everybody was done going to lunch, and you and Bosco and the other kids in the slow class, like Loose Cannon, all had to put y'all fingers like this and then loop them in each other's belt buckles and then walk in a straight single file snake type line to the cafeteria. You feel me? So yeah, you're right. Okay. Act like you don't see me, BAN. Okay. You know where I'm not going to see you at the jeweler. You know where I'm not going to see you at the bank. You know where I'm not going to see you at any achievement of anything for my kids' achievements and their honor rolls and their high society ways of living. You know where I'm not going to see you at their science fairs, at their spelling bees, at their graduations where they're graduating as co-valedictorian. Where I'm not going to see you at is at their football games. Where I'm not going to see you at is when I'm out shopping with my girl and shopping for my girl and we on Melrose and we on Rodeo and then we in Atlanta and we in Phipps Plaza because I don't go to Lenox. Because I don't go to Lenox. We at Phipps because I don't go to Lenox. You feel me? When I'm at Wish buying shoes, when I won't see it. You're right. I won't Marathon Burger where all the homies is at because for whatever reason you don't want to go. You're right. I won't. You're right. You're 100% right. So when I act, it's real easy to act like you don't see a nigga who will never be where you are. It's so easy. Like, let me just break this down to like a minuscule level. It's so easy for me to, excuse me. Hold on, real quick, because watch this. It's really easy to act like you don't see when you could do things like this. Let's see if the homie answered. It's really easy to act like you don't see niggas. It's that octagon boy. Let's see if the homie answered the phone. He might not. But it's really easy to not see niggas. When niggas don't have pieces by Fezzi, when your jeweler doesn't put his name on the back of that moissanite back on fig piece, we won't see each other at the jeweler. So it's real easy not to whatever.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like for real, nigga.
Mad.
Hey, Rio's went over there to No Jumper. How you feel about that?
Rio is a civilian. He can do what the fuck he want. Shout out Rio. That's my home.
Okay, so Smack is mad. Smack is upset. Oh, fuck Rich Rapper. Oh, we hate Rich Rapper. Oh, Rich Rapper's a beat. Oh, this nigga Rich Rapper's a bum. Oh, Wookie Bam, this Wookie Bam, that. Niggas have no accountability, but what do you expect out of a nigga who gets an SSI check that had to walk like this with his fingers in his loop? Why don't I F with Smack? Because Smack thought it was funny and thought it was kosher when he was on FMW with MacWop to make little jokes and all that kind of stuff. But why would I sit here and go back and forth with a nigga who thought that it was appropriate to buy these Adidas from the Goodwill and then come on camera wearing them? How do I think that is any type of appropriateness to go back and forth with a nigga with a Pro Club endorsement that we've never seen in a fresh white tee? Right. You feel me? Trap, you don't ride the Metro with Smack? You know, if me and Smack were both having to ride the Metro, Smack would be the homie that I would have to sneak onto the train or beg the bus driver to give him a free ride and or pay for it. Even when I was hanging out with niggas, Smack would be the nigga that can't come because you ain't got no endos on the endo. You feel me? Smack the nigga who always talking about, man, get some wings. Nigga, you didn't put it in on a pizza. Smack is a nigga who be like, man, but I got a blunt. You got that stale ass fucking grape swisher from 2 days ago when we got fresh treat. So yeah, with that all being said, Smack has beef with Rich Trapper. Here's Rich Trapper's response, I guess. Smack doesn't like me. I'm a BAN. F me. When he sees me, act like he doesn't see me. Shebang. All of my ops stay dead. Is that the right song? Better shebang. All of my ops stay dead. You feel me? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody cares. Red dots to the left. You know the rest. Don't blow your SSI check in one place. We go. News Network, I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're going to make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not going to get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're going to keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm Whack100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm ADAM22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper. I fucks with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
In an informant, he has been coming up with all kinds of tactics. I mean, all kinds of tactics. But I do believe, this is just my belief, that the recent
Now, big shout out to Byron Blake, man. What we do know is Whack 100 and Eddie Boy in 600 will use the police as a weapon, as they have so boisterously and so braggadociously told us in times in the past. So let's see what Byron Blake is talking.
attack by 1090 Jake was an orchestrated attack put together by 1090 Jake, Seti Nash, Whack 100, Eddie Boy, 600. I'm gonna even throw 607 Unk in there, right? And Unk, I'm on your ass. I don't know why you chose to play with me, but that move you just pulled, sir, I'm on your ass. Please understand that. Anyway, they've been coming up with all kind of stuff. Now, I was originally like, damn, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this all ain't. But then I went to Instagram. My Instagram notifications been blowing up. I go to Instagram, and who is there? None other than Whack 100. Now, on this particular post, I was
the Whack Daddy, the Daddy Whack. We all know that Officer McElroy is always in the mix of a flu flame.
saying that it's crazy that these guys, Whack, Jake, all of these guys got something to say about my father and his alleged case, his alleged situation, but they advocating for 6ix9ine, who confessed and admitted to being an 18-year-old and producing child porn with a 13-year-old girl and another grown man. So, you know, that's
Whoa, 6ix9ine said that he had adult activities with a 13-year-old girl and a grown man. That's larcenish.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's ironic. And then here comes Whack with more deflection. Nah, clown, this been exposed years ago. The video, the guy and the female in the video. We talking about you putting a gun to an 8-month-old child head. How did you know the baby was 8 months old? They don't say that in the paperwork. Here go more of that Whack embellishing. Your father being a pedophile on a 9-year-old and being a rat, and your brother being a rat. You, not 6ix9ine.
Doesn't this sound like Whack's house? Like, not even being funny, like literally, doesn't this sound like Whack 100's house? Yada Yao, he had that situation where he was trying to like show Tania's daughter's adult content. That's him being a Yada Yao. You know, just a whole bunch of like snitching and flu flamming. All like, am I tripping? Or does all this sound like this is like just the makings of Whack 100? Like, am I tripping? Like, am I the only one that's catching this and seeing this?
Not 1090 Jake. We reading the documents on you. This is funny because none of that shit you just said was even about none of the paperwork you took. You said your brother being a rat, your father being a rat, your father being a pedophile. That's not me, my nigga. So I said, you saying me and then listing a bunch of other niggas' allegations and accolades. Only third-party worker is you. You know the routine, nigga. If you got kids in that house, give it up. If you acting like you don't want to give it up, motherfucker gonna do something.
That nigga said, that's not me, nigga. I don't got nothing. What you telling me about what them niggas did for? I can respect them on that. Like, that's not my case. That has nothing to do with me.
To make you want to give it up. And I say, hashtag, even though she calls her drama, you love your baby mama. I hit her with the llama to get that cake. Of course, he don't have a response for that. So he, oh no, we reading the paperwork. We read the paperwork. What you go? And then this again, I already explained this, but I just like to go over this shit. They keep saying you went in there and robbed the lady for some purses. Whack know that that's not accurate, which is why he didn't zoom in on that. He just keeps zooming in. You put a gun to a 9-month-old baby head, and like I said, man, if you know you got your kids and shit in that house, man, give it up. Don't be playing with no motherfucker when they come in there to get it. Get that shit up. Don't let that shit go too far. Anyway, y'all know
Byron Blake says he sound like he don't give a damn about nobody's kids. Sound like Byron Blake over here living extra grimy. If he gotta hit the kids to get what he need up out of you, Byron Blake said he gonna hit the kids to get what he need up out of you. Now, do I think that that's acceptable? No. But what I also know is when you playing in the streets, your version of acceptability is not the only version of acceptability. And like he said, if your kids is in the house and you know your kids is in the house, boy, you better get out of. You better get out of. Don't be playing with them people. Don't be playing with them folks. You know that man got the drop on you and your babies is in the house, nigga. Let it go. Let it go. You feel me? Get about that way. Why would you ever in life put your pride and your ego above the safety of your children? Nigga,
The video was made by 1090 Jake. So when I see this shit and I see the post, I automatically go looking through the comments. First, I see Eddie Boy. He keeps saying this straw shit. Like, bro, you are not in jail anymore, Damon. You free, my boy. Then you got this goofy, Big 600. You know what I mean? Like, this is finna be free money right here. I'ma just leave it at that. Now, once again, all of this is
and Byron Blake, I don't know if you know this or not. There is no Big 600. He's just 600. There's nothing big about 600. He's a small little guy. I get where you could see that, you know, optically, but he's actually he's a little bitty guy. So he's actually nothing big 600. We're not going to do that.
Because, you know, I highlighted that Big U's attorney said that Whack 100 is an informant. All of this is because 1090 Jake has built a career calling people snitches only for me to discover his witness statement and that he actually wrote that he was assaulted by another inmate and balled up and waited for the officers to come in and didn't fight back, and even listed another inmate's name and bunk number to be a witness for him. This is the same dude that told us he slit somebody's throat just because somebody else wanted it done. So you did something violent on behalf of somebody else, but you wouldn't even defend yourself? That don't add up to me, bro. So these dudes don't have a response for this type of stuff. Wack doesn't have a way to combat Big U's attorney saying that he's an informant. Jake doesn't have a way to combat doing all of this, calling people out for making statements, just for us to find out that he not only making statements, but telling the people who they can go talk to get another statement. They don't have a defense for that. So, you know, they come with the deflection. My father, my brother, none of that shit has nothing to do with me. All the cases I got and all the shit that
that's real. That nigga said my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my auntie, my uncle. That ain't me. Them ain't my cases. Whatever my daddy did is whatever my daddy did. And if I gotta apparently if he has to withhold your child from you, you feel me? To withhold your child from you. Byron Blake said that he's willing to do that too, should he need to get something accomplished or something removed from your household if he feels like it is what belongs to him.
That y'all talking about and y'all couldn't find nothing. Like I said, I gotta pat myself on the back for that because these are the exposers. But today, the exposers are about to get exposed. Yeah, and we gonna start with old Eddie Boy, man. We gonna start with him. Now, y'all remember this video right here?
Monster Cody came to jail, bro. But he's in jail for shooting my little brothers in the ass. Right. So when he come down the road, he was in Able 3, and I'm in Able 5. So in the gate rack, he immediately come to Able 5 because you know they told him I was down there. So he was like, "Who was Eddie Boy?"
Shit, the gate, like a gate?
Like, no, when the gate rack to open. So
okay.
like.
So this man popped your brother in the A-double-double, and then you got to face-to-face with him and let's see what happens.
They room my child and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he came down there. He was like, "Who was Eddie Boy?" I said, "That's me." He said, "Man, what's happening, man?" I said, "What do you mean, what's happening?" He said, "I'm in here for shooting your little brother in that." I said, "Brother, I already know that." And he said, "What's up with that?" I said, "You ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm going to get at my little brother. He's not going to come to court." But you got to take the mind. My brother's 16.
Wait, but you didn't do nothing to him? So this man popped your brother in the A-double-double and then made you tell your little brother not to go to court. That's what you're telling me. This man popped your brother in the A-double-double and then made you tell your brother don't go to court. And you want me to believe that these are the gangsters? These are the tough niggas? This is who I'm supposed to be afraid of? All right.
So with my brother, the police push up on my brother in the hospital. He give a statement, right?
I know, right? So when I see Whack 100, who is, by the way, very close with Eddie Boy, apparently, when I see him get on the internet and say stuff like this, 1090 Jake exposed the legacy, and oh, what about your father? What about your brother? I'm automatically thinking like, bro, what? We talking about you being identified as an informant in the paperwork. Now, we not gonna pretend that 1090 Jake hasn't been one of 6ix9ine's biggest advocates. Why you talking about he destroyed a legacy? He one of 6ix9ine's biggest advocates. You and academics, 6ix9ine's biggest advocates. Meanwhile, this exists, and we're not gonna pretend it don't. Daniel Hernandez, y'all see the charge? Use of it, yeah. And this dude was 18 years old with a 13-year-old, with another guy that was 18 or older. Filmed it, put it out on the internet, and then told the police, yeah, that is me. He admitted to it. I maintain my father's innocence. My father maintains his innocence. That's not my case to speak on, so I'm gonna let him deal with that, how he deal with that. Y'all will be seeing how he deal with that soon. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But in any case, bro, if the shit that you were saying were factual, and this is what they want to get involved in. They want to get involved in a if. The old heads around my way always say if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
If if was a fifth, man, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, and if maybe it was a seven, we'd all be in heaven.
And that's what they want. Well, if you saying that, and if you saying this, I said Whack 100 was identified as an informant. I said 1090 Jake wrote a statement. I ain't say nothing about oh man, your people and all that. I ain't did all, and people have run content on Wax Sons and all types of shit. I can say some shit in your DNA.
There's some freakiness in that man's DNA, man. If you know, you know. But like father, like son is all I'm gonna say. Son like my daddy.
But that ain't what we here to do. We focus on the facts and bringing y'all the factual information. These dudes want to slang allegations and manipulate documents and information and narratives, all because they can't respond to what's really going on. Anyway, since Eddie Boy decided that he want to lead the charge, he want to be I don't know what the hell wrong with this dude.
Eddie Boy wants to be the lead exposer.
Like I said, we're going to start with him. I'm going to expose the exposers for real now. Today, we're going to take a look at the truth. We're going to get a chance to listen to the truth. Eddie Boy is a fraud, man. He came on the internet lying on Big U just to help Whack them push their narrative. And I'm about to let y'all hear it in his own words. Without wasting any more time, let's get to it.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, I wasn't going for that, because I'm like, I know what side I'm standing on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I don't fuck, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be associated or be down with nobody that, you know what I'm saying, is on another side that I'm not on.